Hey, we're live. Live and on the internet. Here we go. My TV hasn't caught up yet, though. It doesn't show me as live. It just shows two people waiting. I guess I was one of them. But I'm here, and oh my God, it looks like I'm using a potato phone again. Gotta love this camera on this laptop. I don't know what it is. This laptop, if I use this camera for anything, as long as it stays on the computer, not through StreamYard, it looks fine. Looks perfectly fine. Look, full 1080p, maybe even higher resolution. I don't know. But on my TV right now, looking at it, it looks like I'm using like 360, like the cheapest camera in the world. It's crazy. What up, Mike? Oh, let's go ahead and put that in the chat. Welcome, welcome. We got 5 people coming in. It was a long day for me today. 12 and a half hours sitting at the desk and working on a computer. I know, it seems easy, but it's not. I was pulling my hair out part of the day today. Just trying to figure, just making updates and changes to things that were changed on the install. And it was a lot more than I expected. It took me, I didn't get it done. I thought I'd get it done in one day. I did not. Should have started it yesterday, but I've got other priorities. It's due tomorrow, and I should be able to finish it first thing in the morning in like a couple hours, so it should be okay. But anyway, it's raining outside. First day it's rained in a while. It's raining all day. It's still raining. Hopefully it'll stop tomorrow because I got stuff to do outside. What's up, Dale? And then, of course, right as I start my live stream, this one comes bothering me. Every time. You could stop. I'm not letting you outside. It's raining right now. It just started, too. She's a good dog, but she can be annoying. Yeah, you. The look she's giving me right now. What's up, Dale? How's it going? Hey, everybody else who's in here. I see 5, so I don't know who the other 3 are. You waiting for a load right now, Mike, or are you on the road in Arkansas? Oh, I may have to go to Arkansas next month. Also, I'm waiting for the insurance to clear it and hopefully set up for shoulder surgery on my right shoulder for a torn rotator cuff, a badly torn rotator cuff, from what I was told. So, and you're heading to Michigan with that load? Hopefully it's not too long a drive. I don't know what part of Arkansas you're in, so when I go there, I'm usually down in Camden, which is down in the south. Jonesboro. I have to look that up. My geography sucks. Let's see. Where is Jonesboro? The name sounds familiar. Jonesboro, Arkansas. And zoom out from it. Oh yeah, that's up north. North compared to where I go, but not super north. No, that's a long ways from. That's a long ways from home for you. 10.5 hours, yeah. Yes, Jonesboro is north of where I go. So for me, I go through Little Rock and south. It's a little bit south. That southwest of Little Rock is the place we ended up going, if I'm not mistaken. About an hour or so from there. I don't know. It's about with stops. It's about a 7.5 hour drive from here. That's at the opposite end of the state from where you're at. Hi, Blue. Hi. Are you trying to get in my way? What's up, Alter Stangs? How's it going? You just can't leave me alone, can you? I've got it in my face there. Not wanting to leave me alone. It's got to be there by 3 p.m., which is when they close. Oh, yeah. Well, if it's got to be there. Well, I'm doing okay. Tired. Just tired. It was a long day. Not as long as some people's, but I sit behind a desk. At a computer all day. So, how hard could it be? Just frustrating day, not being able to get what I wanted done. I had to go in early in the morning and start it again. But that's the way it goes. The garage is coming along. I've been cleaning it up some, but I got stopped working on it. I think day before yesterday. I started Monday. Yeah, Monday I started. Instead of working on the garage, I wired lights into my shed, and by that I mean I got the lights in, put an outlet in to plug them into, hooked them up together, and then ran a line from that down to an out or a switch inside the door. Now I just got to get the wire from the garage in, and so I started digging a trench. So I dug it. Oh God, I just got dog hair all over me. Jesus. So I started digging a trench from under the shed to the edge of the garage, and I got some PVC. So I'm going to go down into the ground with PVC, and then I got some direct burial cable, and I'm just running a simple 14 gauge, just a lighting circuit. That's it. I'm not even trying to put power out there. If I want to do power, I'll do that later, and I'll just put a box on the wall right where I'm going in, right next to it. If I wanted to take the time and go get the box, go ahead and mount that and get it done, and then use that to go through. But I'm not going to do that. Then Ohio, and then back to Michigan, then to Tennessee, and then Arkansas, then back to Michigan. Whoa, that's a lot. That's too much. Oh, that was Bama on the. That's who. Ding! I just heard him just gave a thumbs up in the chat. But yeah, so I started digging that trench, and I had to shovel rock out of the way because it rock along the edge of the garage there. Oh my God, there's just dog hair everywhere. It's gonna drive me nuts. The rock I found is like this freaking deep. It's over a foot deep of rock. So that's a lot to move out of the way, and it's that white rock. So I got to move all that. Also, when I drilled the hole to put the conduit through, my bit is only 6 inches long, and for some reason there's more than 6 inches of wood I had to go through. I didn't realize that. I thought there was only about maybe 4 or 5 inches, and I'd just clear it. And so I can't get the pipe through yet on the shed. So I got to get that finished. So I got to get a bigger or longer drill bit. I don't want to have to buy one. I got some electricians at work that have one, so I'll borrow it from them if they remember to bring it in. So hopefully they'll remember to bring it in tomorrow because they didn't today. But when I get that hole drilled out, it's easy. But yeah, I don't have any paddle. I have long paddle bits, but my biggest one's 1 inch. I need 1 1/8. And I have the auger bits, but I don't have any long ones. And I don't have my extender that I used to have. I used to have an extender with where you screwed it in and locked in the drill bits, and I don't know what happened to that. So, okay, you can stop now. And so I wasn't able to finish drilling that hole. And now it's raining, and that pile of dirt I dug up and clay has turned to sloppy mud, which is just great. Makes it even more fun to deal with. But last I looked, it was only supposed to rain today, but I thought it was supposed to quit by now. Yeah, nope, not supposed to quit for a while. Next several hours. Oh my God, I can't speak. But it's not supposed to rain again until Tuesday. So hopefully I'll have a week. Yeah, I'm sure the extender's for the drill. That's what I bought it for, many, many, many moons ago. I mean, I bought this thing over 20 years ago. It was when I was an electrician, so it's been a long time. Uh, it's been like 25 years. And it was just a small one. It was a short extension. I know my long extensions I had, because I had some long extensions for drilling down through walls from the attics. That one I sold a long time ago. Salty needs an extender. Yeah. Most likely. If you're looking there, Bammy, scroll up in the chat. You should find the link if you're coming in. If not, I'll sit here and keep talking for a few while my dogs keep bothering me. But yeah, I just wanted to get the lighting done, but that put my work on the garage on hold, and it's gotten to the point where at the garage it's the harder, not heavy, but harder stuff. It's where I have to go through things and try and repack them and figure out what I'm keeping and what I'm not and where to put them. And it's just the little things that'll get you. Got rid of a bunch of the speakers that were in my garage, so that cleared up some space. So it's just fun, all the work. I need to get that done. I also need to clean my workbenches off again because they are completely covered. They're useless right now. One of these days, I'll stop leaving so much stuff on them. It just builds up. Like, I swear, in one day, it just builds up. What do you want, dog? It's raining. No. You need to stop. Get up here. Just get up here. She's just being, I'm sorry. I got a dog staring at me and she just won't leave me alone. And she just keeps trying to get closer. Dog. D-A-W-G. Dog. I know what she wants, but it's raining and I don't want to put her out there because then I have to deal with a wet dog when she comes back in. Right? Yeah, she's always being difficult. She's a Siberian Husky. She's staring me down now from across the room. Go talk to your mother. Yeah. You can't. It's like right here. Just right there. So, anyway. So, yeah, it's getting to be, the harder part of cleaning. I got a couple of rolling shelves I need to clean off, reorganize. Got like 4 of those that I need to get those reorganized, and should be able to save some space if I can do it right. Got to figure out what to do with all my tape, because I used to have a drawer in my old toolbox that I got rid of where I kept all my tape, and now I don't know where to put it. I don't have a big enough drawer in my other toolboxes to put all that tape in. And it's all kinds of tape. It's duct tape. It's double-sided tape, electrical tape, masking tape. What else? Yeah. No, go talk to your mom. She's not doing anything. What? She's very quiet though when I'm online. So that's a nice thing. She's not being loud. She's just being annoying. She's talking quiet. So, I mean, all kinds of tape. Any kind of tape you can think. Oh, there's flex tape. There's splicing tape. So, I mean, it's just a lot of tape. And I got to figure out a place to put it. 24 light bulbs that decided it. 24? The hell? I need a tape bin. Yes, I do. I need, or maybe, you know what I should do is build one of those things I used to have where it's like sticks out from the wall and just throw the tape on. The problem with that is when you need a certain type of tape, you got to pull other tapes off to get them out of the way. I don't know. I need to figure out somewhere to put them. I mean, my garage is crowded, and I'm trying to clear out space. I may just throw them in one of my pack out boxes. That's probably what's going to end up happening is I'll find an empty drawer or something in one of my pack outs and, throw them in there. They just need to go somewhere. The receiver that they were sitting on got taken away today. I grabbed it this morning. So now they're just sitting on the floor. So, yeah, it's just all kinds of stuff I need to find room for. I need to get rid of more stuff. I'm trying to sell things, but nobody wants to buy it because nobody wants to pay money for things. And I'm not even asking horrible prices for them. So, but I don't ship. That's the other thing. So whenever I want to sell something, it's got to be local because I'm not dealing with shipping most of the time because a lot of it's big stuff. What's up, Salty? We got Mach 1, Salty, Barbecue Mike, Bama. I think we had Dale in here. Who else was in here? Dale and Daniel Berry was here. I don't know if he still is. Altered Stangs. But yeah, scroll up in the chat. You should find the link. If not, let me know and I will repost it. But in a minute here, I'm going to have to let my dogs out. So, how you doing, Mr. Mach 1? Had a good day today? I'm doing okay. Just tired. That's usual. Okay. I will be right back. I got to go let this dog out. Hurry up. It's raining. Okay, they're going out there. Do their business. That's the nice thing about having a fenced yard is I can just let them out. I don't have to walk out there with them. Yep. Get up on my own 2 feet. Yeah, stay up. That's the even better part when you can stay up. So it was I didn't get a chance to play with the dogs today because it was raining. I don't like playing in the rain. And I didn't get home. I didn't get home till 7:00. So I had an hour from the time I got home to eat and set stuff up, which is fine. I even got a couple of videos watched while I was eating. Watched HPR's latest video. That was fun. He got his new personal best in a 6-speed auto in that 2016. What's up, Triple Threat? So, nope, have not heard from Sublime lately. Yeah. He does not have time to grace these live streams anymore, so that's fine. I barely have time. And seems I'm getting a little congested. Must be the weather. Work, I guess. Oh. Well. Everybody, Triple Threat in the house. You making some Christmas gifts there? Is that what you were making, Triple Threat, that you showed? I'm going to go check the dogs, see if they're ready to come in yet. It's raining. One of them should be. Girl. They're digging for bugs in the mud. That's what they do. Be on the website this weekend. Good, good. At least you can still do something. Is that you? Were you burning those? Is that like a laser cutter that you were doing that with, or was that 3D printed? I couldn't really tell. I didn't. I only saw the small pictures. My phone decided to lock up at that point, and I had to just laser. I had to shut everything down. Yeah, who knew the weather was going to hold out like it is? Yeah, I know. I mean, we're what, almost to the middle of November, and it's still like here. It's warm. I mean, this is our first day of rain, and it's 62 right now. It was colder. So I went to bed last night at around 11:30, and it was 43. I woke up this morning and got in my car at like 6:15, and it was already 60. So still waiting on Michael to ship the 3D printer. Which Michael? Yeah, he's been busy. I mean, good for him. That's better. Oh, me? Yeah, I don't even know where it is right now. That's why I never tried selling it. It's not worth it. Oh, that boosted. Oh, that Michael. Well, my name's Michael too, so it's kind of confusing. Yesterday in my office, just in the office I'm in, which is 4 cubicles, there were 3 Michaels in there because we had a vendor in there whose name is Michael. And then our IT guy is Michael. And then there's me. You're ready to retire, aren't we all? I am too, and I haven't even been working that long. Only, well, what, 39 years? Yeah, only 39 years. So I'm doing good. I think that's it. 14 to 53. Yeah, 39. Yeah, not by choice. Yeah. Oh, the one Michael in my office, the IT guy, he's retired too. He just started full time with us again. So I'm trying to get the dogs again. Come on in, get up on that couch. No, couch. Blue, let's go. Come on now. Blue, move it. God, dog, don't do it. I'm not dealing with her today, sweetie. I had to do it all day. Come on. Yeah, I had to work all day. I know. Get in here now. Just lying down in the rain. Fiona, get up here. Hold on, guys. I'll be right there. But I'm live streaming right now, so come on, Fiona, hurry up. Get up here.
Lucy, come on. Hold on. Oops.
Get to the feet. You're all wet. You're soaked. I can't do it. You need a hair dryer. I need a big dog-sized hair dryer. Anyway, able to move around and more active, so I can get my brain to figure out what to do to help. Oh, okay, yeah.
Come here.
Yeah, without pay, that kind of sucks too. Should be getting paid. I have a thing, so if I get hurt like that, I can. Actually, no, I don't. That was my last job. I had that. That if I get hurt, whether it's at work or not, I get paid like, I think it was only 30% of my paycheck though. So it really wasn't a lot. But something's better than nothing. Oh.
Okay. You drive off too.
Right. Yeah. My dogs she wouldn't allow either near her. She doesn't like the noises that hurt her ears. And she's afraid of anything that makes whirring noises, vacuum, blower, any of that. She barks at them. She doesn't like them. The new one does it all. Yeah. 2 months before the accident. That does kind of suck too. Was that, we had it and we had to pay for it though at my last company. It wasn't free. I had to pay for it. It was just part of the insurance. Here we have, accidental death, policy. It's not, I think for free, it's only like $3,000 or $5,000, but I had it changed to a lot more than that because it's not that expensive to get it up. And if I found out if I die in an automobile accident, it like doubles. Doubles. I didn't realize that. Barely offer health insurance. That's kind of messed up. Yeah, the health insurance here ain't the best in the world either, but what I got. No 401k. I don't have a 401k either. We got something different, but it's similar, but not quite. I can't remember what it's called right now. It's a savings, and they also put in for it too. I have no idea how much is in there right now. Not much because I just started it with this job, so it's only like 2.5 years old. Wife's insurance. Yep, smart. I miss having more than one insurance policy, but don't have that. Not anymore. So is nobody coming up on the panel with me tonight? Because I'm gonna run out of stuff to talk about. I mean, I haven't worked on my cars at all because, I did put the front wheels back on the Focus so that when I do get the area cleared in front, I need to take a shower. Oh yeah, sorry. Stinky Pinky. Yeah, that's me. No, so when I do get the area cleared out, which is almost there, not quite. I need a little bit more room. I got enough room forward. I just need a little bit more room to the side, so I have room to walk around the car. And really like to get my toolbox moved, but we'll see how that works. I don't know. I haven't quite figured it out yet, but I want to be able to get the truck in behind it. I'd like to be able to get the truck in behind it and shut the door, but I doubt that's going to happen. But the work I have to do on the truck. What up?
Yeah, I didn't come up earlier because it's raining here and making noise, but it's slack.
Raining here too.
Yeah.
I barely saw you there because you came in. It's so dark and I have the dark background on my screen, so it just kind of blended in.
Well, that's why I always flash the phone back and forth.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
That way everybody knows it's me because there ain't gonna be no Winky.
No Winky.
No Winky.
I'm out of beer. Yeah. I'm not out. I'm more in the fridge. I'm just lazy. Need to drink more water anyway. So I do know that I'm trying to get. I got to work it out with work too because I may have to go to Arkansas again next month. I don't want to have to do that, but I need to have that shoulder. I need to have my shoulder surgery before the end of the year because our copays are all done. I mean, we've paid our max amount in for the year. If I can get the surgery done, I won't have to pay so much. But I fear it's going to be a few weeks of recovery time. Won't be able to go to work for a few days. But I'm going to try and I guess the guy does surgeries on Thursdays and Fridays. Now, if I could get him to do it on a Thursday or Friday before Christmas, I could just take those 2 days off, 1 or 2 days there, and then the day before and after Christmas and have a bunch of days off.
Yeah. That's why it took so long for me to get that hernia surgery.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was only Wednesdays and Thursdays he done the surgeries.
Right.
And
Right.
I wasn't bad enough to jump in front of somebody else. Remember, I was out from June 4th to July 30. No, yeah, July 30th.
Oh, damn. Hey, Triple Threat, what'd you have done to your shoulder? So mine is it's a massively torn rotator cuff and some arthritis stuff they want to get out of there. But I figure if I can go 3 or 4 days after surgery without having to go to work, I'm good after that. I mean, I can work with one hand. It's not as easy because, and I can still use the key. They're telling me I'll be able to use the keyboard and stuff. It's just I have to be easy on it.
Well, you'll probably have to be in the sling, won't you?
Yeah, I already got the sling. They already gave me that. I got the big padded area, and what up, Salty? Got the big padding thing, so it sits out all on the end of it. They already gave me all that, so that I'd be, take it with me to surgery because it's done at like a day surgery place.
Hold on, girl. Stop.
But
What up, Salty?
Ah, man, I got my hands full trying to take this damn dog out and get my phone back in my pocket and every damn thing else at the same time.
Well, I knew you was taking the dog out. It wasn't something else, I'm sure.
No, I got a flannel shirt on and I got the phone in my front pocket. Come on, girl. So it just makes it easier.
Damn
That way I
wind
don't-
blowing like hell down here. Is it blowing up there where y'all at?
We getting a little bit. It ain't bad as it. Heck, believe it or not, it's slowed down compared to what it was all day. It's blowing like hell all day up here.
oh, really? It's windy here now. Oh,
I'm
that's
tired
it.
of-
I got
Tired of sweeping off my damn porch.
Stop.
Nah, man, I can't stand leaves to build up on it. Because then you step on the leaves, then you walk in the house, and they're all over the bottom of your
I'm just
shoes.
saying stop until it stops blowing, and then do it again the next day.
Shit, it's been blowing all damn day. And I
That's
gotta
why-
go in and I gotta go in and out to smoke, and I gotta go in and out to take the dog out. But I just don't like leaves on my porch, man. That drives me nuts.
That's a short drive.
I need to get off my damn ass and buy me one of those battery operated blowers so I quit sweeping. So
Oh, I
But
have one of those. Those
I'm
things
too
are
damn cheap. I'm too damn cheap to spend my damn money on it. So
awesome. Yeah,
I still keep using the broom.
I have a blower. I like it. I use the hell out of it.
Harbor Freight.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
go. Freight works too. That I don't remember what the brand is on it. Is it?
I need to tell my sister to pick me up once she works there. So I
Yeah,
can get a hell of a discount.
I think they got discounts when you work there.
Oh yes, sir. They get really good discounts.
That's what everybody I know that works there told me is they don't get discounts.
Yeah, they told you a lie too. Trust me, they told you a lie. I done bought a bunch of shit from Harbor Freight on her discount.
Harbor Freight. I don't know anybody that works at Harbor
Yeah,
Freight.
I done bought a bunch of shit there on her discount.
If I knew anybody who worked at Harbor Freight, I'd be asking them for a little help buying stuff. I'd own a lot more Harbor Freight stuff.
Well, I tell you what, let me talk to her, and if she says it's okay, I'll give you a code that you can use anytime you go in there. It's her personal code.
I'm fine. I don't shop there very often anymore. Every now and then I'll go grab one little thing.
You get 25% off no matter what it is, even if it's on sale.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah, if it's marked up 50% off, you get 25% on top of the 50%.
If I still needed, yeah, I have the tool membership. The I whatever it is. I have that. I've had that for years, and my family uses it, so my kids use it. But yeah, that 25. Yeah, if I needed another toolbox, yeah, that'd be nice. But I don't. I got enough now. I just got rid of one. Hell, in the last year, I've gotten rid of 2 toolboxes. I got rid of my tall Husky, the 30-inch or 30-some inch wide, tall Husky that I had for years.
Mm-hmm.
I gave that to my sister, and then I sold the other one to a guy at work, my old U.S. General. Wow, we just dropped down to 1 viewer. That's
Damn, Salty, you jumped up.
Nah.
no, it went
That's-
from like 10-1. Like
That's
that.
probably not right. It's probably YouTube. It's probably not right.
Who knows?
I was on a live stream earlier, and their live stream was doing the exact same thing, and the same amount of people was in the live stream chat in the chat,
Well,
and it was doing it while we was there on the live stream.
we had 10 people. It was showing 10 people in here earlier, but not 10 people were chatting. So
Yeah, come on, girl. Look, you need to speed up and grab another gear. You walking way too damn slow.
yeah, see, there's more people here than it's telling me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what this other live stream I was on. The numbers.
So it's got to be where StreamYard talking to YouTube, because I got an error from StreamYard last week. I got an error from StreamYard last week telling me that, I just put the 0 again. What was it? That in 25,575 days, I was going to be disconnected from YouTube. I was like, God, you have to lie, dude.
You know how many years that is? That's quite a few years.
That is quite a few years. I'm on YouTube, but on the TV, it doesn't show you.
So what they do? They finally sent you a message. That's an encrypted message letting you know this is when YouTube goes offline.
Yeah.
In 25,000 something days.
Sounds like my wife's going offline again. Damn, sweetie.
I told Mike's Garage you was live, and he said, "Hey man, I'm at an Iron Maiden concert." I'm like, "Hell yeah, Hot
Really?
Rod!"
Oh hell
Yeah.
yeah!
That's what I said. Rock on, dude. Iron
Hey,
Maiden's
Get
awesome.
the hell out of here. I could
I
see
didn't
him
know
in
they were
Iron
playing
Maiden.
anymore.
No, he got man. He went all the way to California and shit. Him and his wife flew out there and went to concerts and all that shit.
Well, I know that, but I'm just saying, just seeing him there.
What up, Zach?
I'm trying to remember who was that he went and seen. He seen a whole bunch of different bands when he was in California. Damn, he told me. I can't freaking remember who it was.
I
What
do
up,
know
Zach?
that, I don't go to concerts anymore because I don't like crowds.
That's same here. That's the reason why I don't go.
I mean, I love to watch live music, but I need a private concert.
I'll go to them like over here at Atlanta Motor Speedway when they have them over here, because it's open. You know, it's not like in a Omni or a building. It's outside, and I like that atmosphere a lot better.
I think the last concert I went to was actually at the Gorge in Washington, which is beautiful, wide open. That's a beautiful place to watch a concert.
Yeah, I just don't want to go to another concert inside of a building or nothing. I don't know, man. I don't like so many people crammed into one little fucking spot. I just think they used to. Same here. I didn't mind it back then. Now I just don't want to be around that many people.
Used to love it. It was great. REO Speedwagon and Loverboy. Nice.
Been there and seen both of them in concert many times.
Who was it? It was Styx, Journey, and REO Speedwagon were the three together that I saw at the Gorge. That was like one of the last concerts I went to.
I've seen Styx quite a few times. They're damn awesome in concert, dude.
Yeah. I mean, I've been to other like smaller concerts, of nobodies, things like that at small clubs or just out at like festivals and stuff. And those are fun. They're not usually super crowded. What
loudest concert I've ever been to in my life is AC/DC.
Yeah, you're right.
Ears that rang for a goddamn week after the concert. Literally. Dude, you're talking about loud? Dude, I don't know how the windows in the damn Omni back in the day, they didn't bust out. God almighty, it was so loud.
I don't know.
But, you're young back then, pothead and shit. You loved it. You didn't give a fuck. It was fun.
What you call me?
Yeah.
You called me young.
Hold on, let me get down here and make sure my dog ain't walking back home with a dingleberry.
What are you doing, Gary?
Just listening to you all.
What's up there, Mr. Gary? How you doing, sir?
Hello, Mr. T-Rex.
Dude, I ain't. You know what? Everybody that has those things for sale, the first thing they say is that I'm selling it because I don't have enough time to ride it.
Yep.
They don't never, So when am I going to actually be able to get time to ride it? So I ain't buying that shit, dude. It'll just be sitting around like my four-wheeler and my dirt bike.
Yep.
So you know what, Gary?
Another dust collector.
Time to get you a F100.
But the thing about it is, and my one buddy says, he goes, you know what? You go buy one. He goes, they're fun, man, but if you need something and you're going to pay, 10 to 15, 20 grand for something like that, he goes, you can rent one for $300 a day, dude, and give it back to him and go home.
Yeah,
Nope.
get your
true.
fix, and you ain't got to worry about it. If it tears up, you ain't responsible. That's why they got insurance on them.
I'd
That's true.
like to find an F100, or I'd even like to find a F250 tall boy. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Although High Boy,
Yes.
yes, that would be sweet.
Hey, did you watch Alter Gary? Did you watch Alter Stain's latest video? Come on.
Dude, I haven't even been on YouTube.
If you get a chance, watch his video. He went to Foxtoberfest, and he just posted a video from Foxtoberfest and stuff. And man, they had a Fairmont on there, identical to yours, same damn color and everything.
Really?
Beautiful fucking car. Hell yeah, beautiful. First time, as soon as I seen that car, he was videoing. I was like, God damn, that's Gary's car. Same color, blue and everything.
Mine's still sitting in the garage, not running. Actually, I could probably get it running, and just not. I just haven't had time. I ain't had time to do nothing.
Yeah, I mean, you actually went back to work, didn't you? I'm sorry about the wind, guys. I'm just picking back up.
Well,
I'm
I've
out
been
here
working
Come on,
it,
girl.
and we're still in negotiations.
still?
Yes.
Man, people are slow.
Y'all probably will be now for a while that there's going to be a new administration in office and shit with the new rules and regulations that are going to come with all that.
No.
Yeah.
They have no rules and regulations for us.
Really? That won't affect you guys?
Yeah, no, it ain't gonna affect us one bit.
God, you would think, it seems like it would with, the new administration coming in, changing this and changing that. Seems like it would affect y'all's negotiations.
Not gonna affect one thing.
Come on. Damn, girl. Let's go. You walking so goddamn slow for? Grab another gear.
The only effect that's gonna take in place is that Biden and that cunt's can be walked out of there.
Yeah, old damn Trump went up there and met with him today.
Oh yeah.
And Biden, he was smiling so damn big. I thought he was healthy again.
So
Yeah, me too. I seen that too there, Bama.
He got his medication right or something, dude, because he's been talking good and everything.
Yeah, here lately he's been on point with all of his speeches and all that shit. He ain't slurring no words. He ain't looking like a damn ghost standing up there or nothing else.
But you heard of the crap they wanted to pull, right?
Oh yeah, they're trying to get him to resign so they can put Kamala in his place.
So they can say they had a female president.
Well, no. What their whole thing behind that is they're trying to get him to resign to put her up there. All right, and they're wanting that lady that's 70 years old on the Supreme Court to resign because they want to put Kamala in her place.
Yeah.
I understand that, but you heard what that lawyer said, right? He's going after each and every one of them for everything.
Come on.
They brought up false accusations and all that stuff. All the stuff that were where they cut off the tapes where he said go fight and go do this, and they cut it off. They was running the whole tapes on him now and saying this is exactly what was said, and you people are wrong, and they're going after him.
Yeah, because you can get him for slander. You can't just say shit like, I can't say that Gary said this and that and then stop and don't tell the rest of it. That's slander.
out of context.
Yep.
But listen, there's all kinds of shit going on that's coming out and everything like that, and people need to start listening, man, and open their freaking ears and their eyes and start, doing what they need to do.
I watched a video somebody was showing where they were showing where they cut the tape, and they had like two screens and where it cut, and then what was said as it continued.
Right.
What was being said. And it's like, yeah, they took that way out of context, the way they cut that up. My God,
look what happened with
I could make Jesus look like a bad guy there.
Hey, Dave, look what they did to Pelosi, man. They caught her saying in the back seat of somebody was videotaping her. She was in the back seat of a car saying that she's the one that took the CIA and wouldn't let them go in there and stuff.
Yeah.
The National Guard, it was her daughter that was taping it. I don't know how in the hell they got a hold of that tape.
Her daughter probably hates her guts just like we do.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? Republicans probably used some of that money and bribed her ass and didn't tell it, and she didn't go tell her damn mama about it.
Well,
Hey, you know what? Since mommy ain't give me none of her money, somebody else is gonna pay me.
Okay, guys, did you hear today that we clinched the House, so it's a full sweep?
I haven't heard that they have
House
been.
today.
I haven't heard that they announced it yet. I knew they said they were
They did
needing
announce
one or two seats or something like that.
I'm just telling you right now, it was clinched today.
Okay,
Yep.
well, if it's announced, but I knew they said it was really tight. They don't have
It
very
was
much wiggle
close.
room.
So,
So, but at least we got the majority. That's the main thing. We got the House with the majority.
barely.
Yeah,
But you know, I'm going to tell you something. Sometimes the majority ain't a good thing either. You got to be careful.
I
it's
agree.
not.
I agree.
It's a double-edged sword. You know what I mean?
It
Yep.
is.
Yeah, but you got
Hey, man.
but Gary. You got to think about this, Gary. Now think about it. How many rhinos is on the Republican side?
Well, that's the $1 million question, Bama. We actually don't know the answer to that
So
one.
you don't have the majority. I don't care who you are, what you say. You do not, or we do not. Let's put it that way.
What are you
You do
talking about?
not.
You say, Bama, because I didn't hear what you said about how many people, how many what are on the.
How many Republican? How many rhinos are on the Republican side?
What the hell's
There's more than you think there are.
Two-faced. One, he's
Yeah,
really
they're two faced.
he's a Democrat running up on a Republican ticket.
Yeah.
And that's about what I was getting ready to say. So you got the same thing on the Democrat side because a lot of Democrats switch.
Yes, I agree.
You do.
That's what
You
I'm
do.
saying.
But I mean, the thing about it, you really need a balance. So I guess what you're saying there, Bama, is that we've got.
I will. Just give me a few.
Yeah, what, Gary?
I guess what you're saying is we kind of got a balance then.
I would say it's pretty damn close. It's pretty damn close.
You know, but I mean, so all things set to the side, man. We'll just have to wait and see what's going to happen.
That's right. That's right.
Okay, guys, this has gone to shit now because Nate's here.
Damn, I got to go. We'll see y'all later.
Well, we got the minority. We got the majority now because he's definitely a Republican, so we're good.
Yeah, well, I was trying to hold that token, but he come up and I blew it away.
It's
What's up, Nate? How you doing, buddy?
okay, Bama. You're stuck in the shed now anyway.
Yeah, again?
Uh-huh.
Oh, is Nate not on the panel?
Yeah, he's on the panel.
Oh,
I'm right
okay.
here.
Oh, what's up, buddy? How you doing?
Good. I was getting a bunch of echoing. I couldn't figure out. I was still playing a live stream on YouTube, which is about 4 seconds behind.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That'll
So you
happen.
get to hear me repeat myself twice, then, and I know that's a bad
I was
thing.
hearing Bama about 5 times.
That's even worse.
I don't know.
Well, Salty, you know what? I'm not going to call you tomorrow.
No.
you didn't call me a day neither, motherfucker.
Well, I was going to call you tomorrow, but guess what? I ain't calling you now.
Nah, it's all good, man. It's been one of those days for me. Anything my mom could think of that she wanted to say, hey, I need you to do this. I need it. That's the kind of day I've had.
I feel you. I'm at that point.
But it was at work.
Mama, you just starting. I've been going through this shit 10 years, brother. You got a long way to catch up.
It's not a race.
Well, I wouldn't say it's a pain neither, but it's just a.
It's a race for me to move out. That's a race. I need some sanity back in my life. Don't get me wrong. I love my mama, but good God, I need some help. Is what I need.
All you
I
need
need
is a
him
bunch of baked potatoes.
I need them other 5 siblings of mine to pitch in and do their fucking part. That's what I need them to do.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Yeah, it ain't gonna happen, Gary. It ain't happened in 10 years. It ain't gonna happen now.
I was the one that didn't do my part.
You was the one that didn't do your part.
Yeah.
Well, shame on you then.
Well, I wasn't asked to either.
Shouldn't have to be asked. It's your parents.
So, you know, like with my dad's still healthy and this and that. And I used to talk to him and go over and see him every single day and this and that. But you know what? He gets to the point I get tired of going over there looking for him. He's nowhere to be found. So,
We know where he's at.
Hey, just ride by the junkyard. You'll find his truck.
Oh, man, I tell you what, there's times that me and my wife has looked up. I've called the hospital and everything looked for him. But I told him, if you need me, you can call me.
He was at the strip club.
No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. He was in the backwoods getting heads. What he was doing.
He was sitting in the front seat of his truck. He was at his own personal strip club.
No, shit, he goes over to her house and say, come here, baby.
Yeah.
You don't even go to the junkyard anymore. He just, yeah, he just goes, hangs out at the gas station and goes over to that little girl's house and gets a blowjob every now and then. And, you know, he just does his thing.
Hey,
Every
shit.
day
Hey,
Saturday.
What up,
Hey, I
Ken?
look at it like this, man. I'll say this a million times. Your dad is my hero, man. I'm telling you, he's my hero. Shit. I hope I'm still breathing at his age. Hope I'm able to do
Well,
that at
we
his
got
age.
HPR in the house. What up, Ken?
Ken, oh my God, what a stranger.
Holy
What up,
cow.
Ken?
I just that's the last. I just watched his video right before I started this live stream.
And I don't even, my phone's sitting over there on the table with the chat not even pulled up, so I can't even see the chat. I'm standing behind this damn door because the wind's blowing like crazy all of a sudden, and if I get out behind it, y'all gonna get all the wind in the microphone.
Yeah, that wouldn't be good.
No.
Do you guys see the controversy of TJ Hunt?
Who?
Who's TJ Hunt?
TJ Hunt does body kits. He owns Street Hunters body. I guess they do a bunch of body kits. I actually really don't know what he does, but I've seen it all over YouTube.
I have
He
not.
built a basically took what was it? It was a brand new Mustang 2024, and he made a body kit for it that was basically an exact ripoff of the GTD. And Ford sent him a letter of cease and desist. He
I'm
was
sure
working
they
with
did.
them. He built it because they thought that he was working with them, and he thought that they might be reasonable with it. He was taking it to SEMA. He showed up at SEMA, and SEMA got a complaint from Ford, so they banned the car. He wasn't even allowed to take it in.
Well, you can't do that kind of stuff without a
I
damn
know.
proper license, man. You're just asking for a whole lot of trouble.
All you
We'll
got
see
to
if
do
I
is
can find a
change it
picture
just
of
a little bit.
I mean, he made the front fenders are identical, the rear trunk's identical, the
Yeah.
front's almost identical. It was a direct knockoff of it.
That'll get you every time.
Yeah,
Like
you
I
just can't.
understand he was trying to make a wide body kit for him, but I mean, there's a lot of things he should have changed and that he'd have probably been fine making, and he wouldn't have got ripped off, and he could have sold it to people.
Well, you just better hope damn Ford they don't take it any further than that cease and desist. You know what I mean? Because they got every right to do that. And you're not going to be able to compete with that kind of banking account. Ford's going to win every time. You're not going to be able to compete with those corporate lawyers like that. You're going to lose every time. They know the front, the back side of every law. So
We
you
got
can't
the
win
East
against
Coast and the West Coast tech in here tonight.
There's the car.
that.
Hold on.
Yeah, hold on.
I'm just personally don't understand why anybody want to do that because I think the fucking front fenders are
Oh, is
absolutely hideous.
That doesn't
What
look
is that, Nissan?
That don't even look like it there, Nate.
Well, there was a guy up from TC.
I think it
There
looks
was a
very
guy-
similar.
It looks very similar. Like a guy from TC Customs pulled it up and watched the video and kind of pulled pictures of it, and the front fenders are almost identical. The rear quarters are very similar. The deck lid has the scoops on it.
If it's almost the same, that's not the same.
They felt it was close enough that they felt like that what they own was being infringed on.
So my question is, so you're talking about what the 2024 is?
2025.
Yeah.
2024, whatever the hell it
yeah.
is.
Who gives shit? It's ugly as hell to me. So
I think it
move
is
on.
too.
No,
Yeah.
Bama. It's that one particular car. It's the GTD. It's not the GT or the Shelby
It's the
500.
300,000
Well, I understand
plus.
what
Yeah,
you're saying.
it's the
I understand what
$300,000
you're saying,
Mustang.
Phil. I understand that. I'm just saying. To me, it's just ugly as hell anyway. So what does it matter?
Well,
I don't think it's ugly.
where me and you think it's ugly as hell, there's probably going to be a lot of people out there that actually like it. I mean, and
It's
that's the reason why.
300,000, so
And
it
that's the
doesn't
reason
matter.
why Ford sells it. They like, look, this will not appeal to the masses, but the people that's willing to drop $300,000 will love it. And that's
It
the way
appeals
they
to the
look at it. So
it does appeal to the masses. The problem is the masses don't have $300,000.
There you go.
yeah, there you go. You're right.
That's
There
the
you go.
difference.
There you go. You got. I said it wrong, and you said it right. So that's a lot of money, though.
I don't personally like it. I
So
don't think it looks any good.
I was watching somebody do one of the tuners did a tear down on the new Gen 4 EcoBoost. They say, or not EcoBoost, Coyote, and they say it's not really a Gen 4. It's basically a Gen 3.
I can believe
It
that.
just got new intake, and I think maybe a different cam.
What's
Probably
that?
different cams.
What was that?
I'm sure there's got to be some differences.
The
What
Gen
about
4,
the engine for the
Yeah.
2024s?
yeah.
Yeah.
Ken would probably answer that the best.
saying, but that was I don't remember which tuner it was that did the teardown and says it's basically the same car or
That's
same
what they
engine.
said when they went with the different intake and stuff like that. So from the beginning, they actually kind of said that. But like I said, Ken would know best. You'd think.
Yeah, he would.
Like I said, I imagine there's some subtle differences probably in the damn rotating assembly or this or the oiling or the cooling. I'm sure the internal oiling, internal cooling. I'm sure there's probably got to be some kind of difference. Or why would they call it a Gen 4? You know what I mean? 'Cause
This is
it's
how
the
you
same
can
thing.
tell that Ford Tech lives in California. 300K, you could buy a house almost. 300K, I could buy this house twice.
You can't buy one in California for 300K.
What I'm saying.
Ford Tech right there would know if that's a Gen 4, what the difference is.
Yeah. Between Ken and Ford Tech, hell, we got the two masterminds in here.
That's what I said. We got the Master Techs from the East and the West Coast in here.
Yes, sir.
Right here, he said
Intake, very little difference.
Gen 3 with difference intake, very little differences. So yeah,
There you go.
There you go.
first came out too.
Fine by me. I don't really care because I don't own one.
Hey, look, I look at it like this. The Gen 3 is a good engine. It's proven. So it's a good engine. Even though Ken says he likes, I say his video, he said he seems to like the Gen 2 and the 6R80 a little bit better. But, you know, I guess time will tell because I don't think he's made as many passes on this 17 as he did his 22. So,
But this
yet.
is the thing, all right, because you look at my 21 Mach 1, it's the same. It's the same Coyote engine as the GT and everything else, but they put the GT 350 intake in that on it, which bumped the horsepower way up.
Yep.
Yeah. I think Ken even said he put a 18 intake on his 17 on a Gen 2. I think it's what he said in the video.
I had an 18 intake on my 16 before I went to the Whipple. I've still got the intake, which I may be going back to here. I don't know.
I still need to watch the video. I watched his last one, but I hadn't watched. And Ken, I got your text. Dude, I just totally forgot to text you back, and I will text you back tomorrow. I'm not going to tonight.
Oh, I'm salty. You better text his ass back because if he would have forgot to text you, you'd have a fit.
Yeah, and you know you're right.
agree, I agree.
This has been
Goodbye.
salty bitching the whole time.
Look, I'm calling myself out. I totally forgot to text him back. Literally, I did. It ain't nobody's fault but mine. But I've just had so much going on here lately with my mom. It's just been ridiculous, dude. It's
But
crazy.
it's true though. If he forgot to text you back, you'd be mad.
Well, no, not too much anymore. We don't talk as
You done
me and Ken don't get a chance to talk as much as we used to. His shop is just so busy now. He don't have time to talk much anymore, and I can get it. When you've been at the shop busting your nuts all day long, working, taking care of customers, and keeping your help going, and trying to close deals and shit, dude, the last thing you want to do is get on the phone and yap with some damn body else. I get it. I 100% understand that shit.
I'm gonna move back to Penn. I'm gonna move back home, and I'm never gonna talk to anybody on the phone again. Ever.
I bet not.
I'm throwing the motherfucker out the window on my way back.
I got a question, Ken. Did you find anybody, any apprentice mechanics yet? Because I know you were looking.
I believe I saw on Facebook he found somebody.
Did he? I didn't.
I think so, but I'm not positive. I think I
I
saw
don't
that.
get on Facebook all
I
that
got a
much.
question. Did he lose one? And is it the one I'm thinking of that I haven't seen in the last few videos?
What?
A tech. I've seen one tech, but I ain't seen the other one.
No, I think he was looking for a apprentice, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was looking for somebody new because they've got
Yeah, a new guy.
need
right
more
there. You
hands.
guys quit guessing. He says right there, I have someone. Time will tell if they work out.
Well, good.
Well,
good.
answer my question, Ken. Did you lose one? And you don't have to name any names. Just say yes or no.
See, I was right again, Salty. So just be quiet.
Good techs are hard to find. That is true.
Well, hold on a second. Let me actually turn my fucking comments on. Reach over off my
Bad
lazy ass and
techs
get my
are hard to
phone.
find anymore.
Yeah, bad. You're right. Just any tech is hard to find because nobody wants to
Oh,
fucking
you
work.
did? Yeah.
Yeah,
Try to find somebody just working at the damn cigar plant. You ain't gonna find them.
He says right here, if you were talking about C, yes, he left.
And I already
Okay.
that I already
Okay.
knew.
I didn't know that.
I
I
knew
didn't know that.
That's old news.
Well, see, I didn't know that, but I've noticed in the last few videos, I haven't seen him, but I'm like, it wasn't my business to ask questions. I figured if he wanted us to know that, he would have told us that. So,
Well, I already knew because I found out from Chris.
Some-
yeah, I didn't know that.
Some things just don't work out, man. And
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Hey, some things are just not a right fit for some people, and they have to move on. It is what it is. What it is.
You know what sucks about the workplace? A lot of workplaces is like me, for example. Like I'm not an idiot. There's 99.9% of the population out there is idiots, and I don't believe maybe outside of Bama, most of the guys on here aren't idiots.
But
Well,
you guys,
I love that shit. I fucking love it.
you guys got to understand something. Though. When you're operating a business, it's hard to have friends and family to work with.
That's it, dude. Hey, look. When you
That's
clock
right.
in at
Yeah,
work,
almost
when you clock in at work, dude, you have got to separate friendship from employees
Oh,
in business. You got to. You can't
Listen,
can't
when
mix
I
the two.
worked for my dad, and first and foremost, Nate, I just want to tell you, it takes an idiot to know an idiot.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
My dad, he treated me like the employees. He chewed my ass out and everything. And I asked him, I says, why in the world you got to talk to me like that? He says, son, I'm your father at home, but here I'm your boss.
That's right.
That's right. And Gary, you're 100% right. When I started the cigar plant in 1986, guess what? I bet you 40% of the people that worked there was kin to each other. And the ones that was not kin to them
Bless you.
got screwed.
That's
No,
kind of like
it's-
the way
it-
For
Boeing used to
years.
be.
I mean,
That's
many years we got screwed. And they all finally got old enough they retired. And guess what? It got better.
I don't know
Because,
if I can
because
hurt 'em.
everybody got treated the same. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with you, Ken. 100%.
I'll
Working
tell
at a
you right
shop
now,
is not
yeah.
long term. I agree.
Hey, if I was 30 years younger, I'd have applied for that job. Because, but if I were 30 years younger and knew what I knew now, I would. Because when I was 30 years younger, I didn't know anything about cars.
But most shops like that are for people are basically a starter type thing. They get in there, they learn all they know, and then somebody picks them up. You know what I
Yep.
mean? So
Yep.
I mean, that's the way it is.
Well, I did. When he put that post out on Facebook, I did apply right there. Right there in that comment section. I said, look, I want to apply for the flunkies position because that's the only position I'm damn qualified for.
But the thing about it is with you though, Salty, is you start working on something like that. He needs somebody that can pee without getting it on their balls.
Exactly.
Yeah, but the
No.
bad
But
thing
like I
is-
said, I said I wanted to apply for the flunkies position because I'm a
yeah,
flunky.
you're the guy that pisses out behind the shop every damn day.
Exactly. Hey, look, I don't know a damn thing about working on coyotes or nothing like that. So it would do me absolutely zero good to go up there and apply for a job. You know what I mean? Because I know nothing, dude. I mean, I know push rods and carburetors, but when it comes to the shit that he works on, dude, I'm lost. I have no fucking clue even where to start. I mean, like an alternator and shit, yeah, anybody can pinpoint an alternator or a starter or electric fan not working. That's pretty fucking easy. But when you start doing shit with the timing and all this other shit that's got something to do with coyote, don't let fucking Salty touch it because that motherfucker will never run right again. I'll fuck it up.
Hey, did I tell you guys I got that 93 sold?
Yeah,
You did.
Yeah, I guess he got his insurance money from an insurance company for his car, and he's going to be paying me here in a few days.
Nice.
Well, shit, tell him to bring the money on. You got another something you ready to buy.
He got to find something. He's got to find something. He's got to find somebody to come get that car because he's in Louisiana.
Hell, offer to deliver it to him. Say, hey, man, I'll deliver that son of a bitch. You want to pay me some money?
Look, man,
I didn't even know it was for sale.
I ain't drive. It wasn't. I just put it up one day on a whim and sold it.
Well, the number you told me, did you get that?
I got what I asked for.
He
Oh,
got
well,
what he
there you
asked
go.
for.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
everything's
talking
for
about.
sale.
I don't want to sell it, but if you're going to pay this,
Damn right. I'd have sold that motherfucker too for that price.
And
Knowing what you paid for it, hell yeah. I'd have damn said goodbye quickly.
Yeah, well, here he goes. Ken said, I have a young tech, Gavin, that started in April. He loves working at the shop. Well, that's good, man. Because when you love your job, it's not a job. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. I've seen him in a couple of your videos here lately, and it seems like he's taking good to the track stuff anyway. So
Well, it's good to have somebody like Ken to teach a young man like that, because that way.
exactly, because that way you don't.
yeah, Ken, where
They're-
the hell were you when I was a young man? Damn it.
You know what? The best thing about that is, Gary, you're not learning any bad habits. You're learning the proper way of doing shit. And that makes all the difference in the world, man.
That is.
PDIs on 93 Fox bodies. Damn.
When you're learning from some old damn backyard tech mechanic, no offense there, Ford Tech, I ain't talking about you. I'm just talking about some old grease monkey in the backyard and shit that only knows his way of doing things, and everything he does is a shortcut. That's the wrong way of fucking approaching a job
But
and going to work for a place like Ken's.
Ken said that this young man reminds him of himself, so Ken, it makes it even better for Ken that want to work with him. So it
Yes,
makes
sir.
sense.
That's awesome, Ken. I'm glad you got a guy, man, that listens and wants to learn and is eager to learn and shit, dude. That just makes having that employee a lot better.
As long as he asks questions, he must be pretty smart. Because most
Well,
people
I
don't
mean-
ask questions; they just assume, and that's not a good idea.
Well, I know Ken said on one of his videos that guy was already taking out T56 transmissions all by himself, swapping them out and all that kind of
He was
shit.
just
So
messing around, Ford Tech. He knows that these shade tree mechanics are good. He's just messing with you.
Ford Tech, I would never disrespect you, dude. You're an awesome mechanic. I would never think anything different from you, man. I'm just talking about some of the old redneck hillbilly motherfuckers I know down here where I live at. You don't trust them some bitch to work on a push mower, much less
Talk
anything
about
else,
me. I swear.
because
Talk
they
about
will leave
himself.
half of the fucking screws out, and they don't even know what. You try to explain to them what a diaphragm in a fucking lawnmower carburetor is, and they have no fucking clue what a diaphragm is.
Dude, you keep talking bad about rednecks, and I'm gonna drive up there and see your ass.
Hold
Come on up here. Come on up here, you old hillbilly. You one motherfucker. I don't have to bring out a gun. I just punch you in the
I
nose.
was born on a flatland, bitch.
Can we get this on a live whenever you guys meet up and fight? That'd be great.
Hell yeah, I'll set my phone up. Y'all gonna hear two hits. One me slapping Bama and his other one the head hitting the ground.
I'm
Who's
gonna
supplying the pillows?
Listen, I'm going to tell you something right now. If those two old fucks started fighting, they'd be out of breath by the time they threw the first punch.
You ain't lying. We both smoke too fucking much. We'll both be looking at each other. Fuck this. We need oxygen. Fuck all the fighting.
And I'd be like, Salty, just pick me up, go get me a beer. I'll be all right.
I'd be like, I'm right in the middle of the fight. I'd be looking at it. Smoke break.
That's great.
I don't know you Raw for a reason. Sorry. Anybody know that person?
Who?
No.
Yeah, me neither.
Who?
Raw for a reason. I have no idea. No, I mean,
Yeah.
Oh, for a reason.
Yeah.
He's probably on the other side.
he's like, let me join. I have no idea who the hell that is.
No.
I've never even seen the name. Has anybody even
You
seen that
might
name in
want to
chat
go
before?
ahead and block right now and get it over with.
Yeah, you might want to block that one immediately before you start having 500 motherfuckers in your basement back there.
So here's a 1978 Mustang King Cobra 12.5 in style. I mean, this thing's pretty, man.
He says, Mr. Mach 1 knows me. Stop lying, man. That's what he just said in chat.
I never said I didn't know him. Actually, he might have changed his name.
Why is he raw?
I don't know.
For a reason, apparently.
Brother, you got to quit scrubbing so much with that damn sandpaper.
Well, I tell you what, if you know Mr. Mach 1, you call him and then we'll let you on.
Yeah.
So for Raw for a reason, I know you.
That's what he just said.
I know you.
He's got two subs, no videos.
Yeah, that's what Fortex said. He said he's got 2 subs and no videos.
That's what I just said. Or looking at.
What did Triple Threat Gary is a what?
I didn't see it. Hold on.
No,
I'm
it's
not walking.
It's red.
I'm not walking back over to my phone.
I'm looking at him now.
My phone's sitting over there on the table. I'm over here behind this damn door. Don't trust
Great.
anybody that says they know somebody. Gary already done said, I know you. That lets you know Gary don't know it. At least by that name anyway.
Well, I think the guy's trying to say he's raw because of Gary.
Oh, maybe.
Oh,
Yeah,
my Lord.
First and foremost, you shouldn't even be talking to that guy if he thinks he knows me and he don't. How do you know? I don't get it. So why would you even make that joke?
Yeah, I would go ahead and just hit the ban hammer, and I wouldn't worry about it. Thinks you've had too many bad people on your in your
You
basement
realize I
pop
can't
up on
do
your
that
live.
StreamYard, right? I could ban him from StreamYard, but I can't.
Well,
ban him from
You
YouTube.
can ban his ass. From, you can ban him from
He
YouTube.
can ban him.
Not
ban him from YouTube.
StreamYard, I can't.
No, I
Oh.
said Fortet can.
You don't have another device you can pull up YouTube.
I do, but it's a lot of work. And every time I
It's a lot
do it,
of work.
it echoes because for some reason I can't mute my phone all the way.
does Gary have a wrench?
I do.
Many people have wrenches in there.
Well, if you got a wrench, just over there, click on his name, and hit hide from this channel. You got to do it on YouTube. You got to do it on the YouTube
I
side.
was already clicked on it. I was trying to figure out which one to click. There was one that said remove.
No, you got to hit hide from this channel.
There.
That's
taken
just
care of.
deleted is all I saw. He was hidden. Well, hide. Yeah, it doesn't get him off the.
No, but it bans you from YouTube. It bans you from the YouTube
I can
side.
put user in timeout. I can remove.
No. Just hiding from the channel.
All right.
Yeah, I have to do that, and I'd have to get on YouTube to do it. More of a pain than I really want to deal with right now because he hadn't done anything.
Well, you
Yeah,
don't never know.
That last
I
guy
wanna
didn't
find out what
do
they
anything
can do.
wrong either, but he come up here and showed his ass on your damn panel.
You know what? I just won't
We
let
were-
him know.
we were all in here for that one.
I don't have to let him
I
anywhere
know
past the
that
basement.
guy, but I don't know that name.
Yeah, I've never seen that name before.
Yeah. Usually
You
get
click combat,
strange
you're
names
pretty
like
quick.
that. We have problems.
And if he knows me and I know him, I'm sure he would get a hold of me on Messenger or text me or
That's right.
Or Facebook or something like that.
That's right. If I change my name, the first thing I do is call Gary.
Yeah.
I say, "Hey, Sweet Lips."
Well, he'll definitely
I
know
got
who you
oil.
are because he left them Peter tracks there a few times, so he'll remember that one.
It's so damn warm in there.
Hey, I got a laugh from Gary. I'm good.
Nate, you got any more news about your house out there, buddy?
Inspection went well. Roof was a concern, as I thought. It was replaced once, but they just went right over top of the old shingles. Well, the first layer of shingles is starting to peel off over top of the bathroom.
Oh
On the
shit.
second. But the first layer is still there, so I'll probably throw some tar paper over it to get us through the winter. But it's not
Yeah.
leaking.
The good thing about it is you bought the house cheap enough, so if you do need to put a roof on it, you know that's
Trying to think if there's anything else. That was pretty much. Oh, a GFI in a bathroom doesn't work. I'm
Yeah,
changing
that's-
all the plugs in the place anyways because they. I think they were white to begin with, but the house is old enough. They're like brown now.
yeah.
Like somebody smoked in it for
PFCIs
30,
aren't that old
40
though.
years. What's that?
PFCIs are what? Maybe 30 years old.
I
Yeah, but
guarantee it was
they'll
one of the
still
first
discolor, though.
GFCIs.
Yeah.
They'll
That
still
face
discolor.
plates. Like this house was that way too. I replaced all the plugs. Either that or they were already in ivory and they got worse with time.
Probably ivory is most likely that color turns bad fast. I mean,
Well, you got to look, especially if there's a woman in the house, that plug is going to get a lot of use because they use a hell of a lot more electric items than a male does. You know, we just pretty much a beard trimmer if it's not battery operated, and that's about all we damn use. But a woman, they got hair dryer, curling irons,
Thanks for
and
coming
fucking
in,
name
Ken.
it. They got everything. Ken, you gone, buddy?
Hey, Ken, you have a good night, brother.
Take it easy, man.
he's gonna go watch some TV with the family.
So yeah, that's about it. That's all that's new. Past that, past the septic dye test, radon passed, and the pest inspection passed. So I mean, we didn't need none of them, but it was one of those things I want to know what I'm getting myself into.
So the
Yeah,
test
exactly.
is when you get there, right?
Yes, exactly.
So
Well, that's a good thing, man.
Work on the truck.
Have I? Yes. So it went. Last Wednesday, I just put it back in primer and painted the fender and hood right inside.
Yes.
I have sanded all but the door jamb on the passenger side and the firewall,
Okay.
and everything's straight. I have like panel check. It sprays on and evaporates. It's basically solvent from clear coat, but it don't have clear coat in it, so it makes it wet and evaporates. I sprayed it on, and everything looks flat that I'm gonna see. So there's a couple dings in the roof, but I'm not gonna go put a bunch of putty in the roof.
Nah, it'll just get more things in it.
So
It'll
when you
end
gonna
up
start slapping
cracking
the paint on
and
the truck?
I'd like to paint the firewall this weekend. And then I got to get some help to put the hood on. I'm going to do the hood, the window cowl, the A-pillars, and the roof at the drip edge. I'm going to use as a cutoff line so you don't see it. And come around the back of the cab. I'm going to do that as one big chunk, and then take the hood off, take the cowl off, bolt the fenders on, and I'll be ready for paint. I'm hoping by Thanksgiving I'll have a 4-day weekend because of the natural days off. So
Yeah, we let's see, Thanksgiving, Christmas is weird this year because it's in the middle of the week.
works out great for me.
Yeah, it works out great for
It's
me.
on Tuesday, Wednesday for us. So.
I'll get off Tuesday, Wednesday, and then I think I'll have 3 vacation days left, and I'll use them.
There you go.
If I'm
Hell,
still here.
I still got 11 days left.
It's Thanksgiving. Oh, damn, Thanksgiving's late in the month this year.
So what day did you say y'all close on your house?
December 12th.
And what day do you
just-
hopefully plan on trying to move by?
Just
Oh.
under
Not
30 days
really.
now, or
There's
29 days.
no real timeline.
Oh,
Because
okay.
we're not selling this house right at the moment, and she's still working her job here. So and then the holidays show up and nobody wants to help. So
Yeah.
Nobody wants to help even when it's not holidays.
Thank you, Pinks. I was going to say
I was
that.
gonna say from my experience. I mean, we
And you
had
say
somebody
she-
help. We had one person help us that helped us a shit ton. That was cool. She really helped.
And what day did you say she's supposed to report to her new job?
Huh?
she don't have a date yet.
Oh,
Her
she's-
orientation's Monday, this coming Monday, but it's not the start of work. It's just orientation. It's that one day. So
Oh,
it probably
okay,
looks
okay.
like that's probably her start day on paper, but that's it. It'll be in
Okay.
January at some point. She's
Yes.
thinking probably the first of the year she'll start just to keep it easy.
So are y'all gonna plan on trying to fix the house up enough just so she can stay in it while she starts a new job until you get moved
No,
out there?
yeah. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the house.
I asked
No, I'm talking about as far as having a bed in it and stuff.
Hang on a second. Pinks, did you say something?
Yeah, I did. I asked if he was working in the morning.
Oh, hell yeah. I work every day.
Well, some people do, some people don't.
You're working at your job or you're working at the hall?
Oh,
Oh, so in other words, it's a little, well, I don't know. Which day is easier? Is it easier working at the plant or is it easier working at the hall?
I'm good both places. It don't make a difference.
Oh, really?
No,
I think one's more physical labor and one's more mental labor.
and it really not even
Really?
physical. Yeah, I just
You got to remember, Gary's the man. Let's all get it straight and get it over with.
I'm just the man standing next to the man.
you
Well,
go.
you know what? That's pretty good.
And that's all that matters, ain't it? As long as he still continues to pay you your salary, you'll stand there all day. I don't blame him.
I ain't got a problem with that.
I'm gonna hop off. I'll be right back on
Today
Pinks.
doing mental work. So
All right, there, Nate.
The only mental work needs to be done is on Salty.
Right.
No, I'm good, buddy. I'm good.
why'd Nate leave?
He said he'd be right back.
Yeah.
Probably switching to his computer, maybe.
He didn't say. He just said, "Hey, Pinks, I'll be right back."
The woman called and said, "Come here for a minute."
He's married now, so he's got to.
Yeah, the honeymoon's over with.
Yeah,
You're
when
married now.
you're taking a shower and they come here and take a crap, the honeymoon's over.
You ain't lying.
That don't happen in my house. And I only have one bathroom.
Can you sit there and tell us that has never happened to you?
Yes, I can.
God damn, I can't. I can honestly sit here and I can't say that.
Well,
And the thing of it is, they don't even let you know when they come in the bathroom either. And all of a sudden you're just in the shower, taking a shower, and all of a sudden you start smelling his shit. I'm like, what in the fuck?
you know, if I had a bathroom like my dad's old bathroom, it wouldn't matter because it's 2 separate rooms.
Yeah. Well, that worked well till my lawn
I
worked
got
in.
the
So
toilets
that-
in a room, and then the sinks in a room, and then the shower and tub are in another part of the room.
Yeah, man. How's the thing been there around at your house since all that's happened? How are you adjusting to all that?
Well, she's adjusted really well, and
No,
I
I
think
said,
it's gonna
how
be
are
okay.
you adjusting to it? I didn't say
I'm
her.
fine. I'm fine. I mean, uh, I have rules, and it's gonna be followed.
Well, there you go.
Just like when you were a kid.
That's right. Thank you. I've thought about it many times. Going, well, roles are reversed. You can't do this. You can't do that because I mean, hell, she's fixing to be 88 years old. Come on.
So what you're saying is no kids, no parties. She's not allowed to have friends over and party when you're not there.
Well, if she wants to do that when me and Teresa's at work, that's fine with me. But don't let me come home and see it.
My thing is what kind of relationship do you have with your mother?
My mom has been the best mom she could ever been because my dad left when I was 6 years old.
Okay.
She took care of me and my sister. She worked for at least 15 years. She worked 3 jobs.
Whoa.
And whatever she says, I don't care. It's fine. It don't bother me. But don't argue with me. That's all I'm saying. Just don't argue with me. I'm taking care of you. I think I know best. You know what I'm saying.
And how old's your mother?
88. She'll be 88 December.
So, like my dad. But then again, my dad, when he was 88, he was, very, very took care of himself for everything. You know what I mean? And now he's 93 years old. You can tell that, he's going down.
Yeah.
He's slowing down a step or two.
Yes. So
Yep.
I mean, it's just what it is. But the problem is that it's like they forget.
Yes.
It's not that they don't know; they just forget
Right.
Yep.
and have to be reminded.
Yep. And if
And the
I
problem.
repeat something, Gary, she gets so mad. So I just say, okay. So I finally learned in the last few weeks, just don't say nothing. Just
Let
let
it
it
go.
be and
Mhm.
walk away.
Right. No, I mean it's just she's living with you now for a reason.
Yep. And she's always been on her own. She never got married again, Gary, from my dad.
She's smart.
Oh, yeah.
In other
Okay. Well,
words,
you
she's
know what?
always been. In other
Actually,
words, she's
Gary,
always
I
been a very
agree. I
independent
agree.
woman.
But I agree, Gary. I love my dad's death. He died in '93, but uh, she loved him so much. But guess what? It is what it is.
It is
That's
what
it.
it is. I mean, I look at my mama. So my papa died and he was 68 years old.
Mm.
He was a drunk. You know what I mean? And she loved him. Don't nothing bad or nothing like that. But she said, I'd never have another man.
Yeah,
She was 98 and never had another man.
that's right. That's the way my mom's been ever since. Oh God, I don't know what year was that.
It's been a long time ago because you an old motherfucker.
Yeah,
A long
well, I'm
time.
60 years old, so there you go.
54 years ago.
Yeah.
You
When
know,
I was born, motherfucker. So yeah, you old motherfucker.
I got to tell you, my papa, he retired from coal mines. So my mama was still getting the black lung. And that was $400. That was $400 a month. And he retired from Ford Motor Car Company, and she was still getting his pension and Social Security.
Yeah.
You're doing all right, then, Gary.
Well, my mom, believe it or not, when my dad ran off with another woman, she was getting money from the Navy because he never changed it because he didn't want to change it.
Right.
So she's doing okay, which I don't care about the money. I don't give a shit about that. But I would figured my mom would have met somebody and moved on. How's that?
She was more worried about you kids than she was another man.
Yep. Gotta respect that.
Yeah, I did meet one guy she was dating one time. She was dating one guy. He had passed away about 4 or 5 years ago.
But
And
hey, don't let her think. Don't you ever think she wasn't getting a little on the side somewhere?
oh, I know that. I ain't stupid. But the thing was, guess who he looked just like?
You,
No,
your dad,
me. Well, that's sick, Gary.
your dad.
Yeah, Gary, you a sick little bastard.
That's funny as hell.
Yeah, that's fun right there.
Don't ask a question you don't want the answer to.
Gary, and I know I told Salty one time, but I want you to picture this. Think of Andy Griffith, but just a little more stylish. That's exactly what my dad looked.
And she that so that's what that guy looked like, huh?
And
Oh, yeah, pretty damn close.
What the hell happened to you? Because you don't look nothing like a stylish kind of person. You must have been an
Because-
asshole. You must have been an asshole, baby.
Everybody in my family says I look just like his dad. My dad's dad.
Well, I'm the spitting image of my dad. Literally.
I look more like my mom's dad than I do anybody.
Yeah. Well, it's like my son. My son looks just like his mom's grandfather.
Hmm.
I mean, it all runs in the family. You got one way or the other, whatever.
Especially when you're when your family tree's a stick.
A stick. Oh, you talking about redneck? I was born in Pensacola, not in Alabama.
I don't know that that's any better.
What do you mean? My dad was from Virginia. Now, my mom was from Alabama.
Hey,
My
family's from West Virginia. I don't have much room to talk.
my grandfather on my dad's side was from Virginia.
That's where my parents. That's where my papa, my dad's dad, and those guys were from.
Yep,
Virginia?
and my mom's great grandmother was from Georgia. No offense, Salty.
I ain't offended.
Well, actually, they went down. Matter of fact, my great grandparents were from Big Stone Gap, Virginia.
Oh yeah.
I'm pretty
If
sure.
if I've been through that area, I damn sure don't remember because you would remember that name.
My
Yeah.
great grandparents on both sides are all from West Virginia.
And
My
Big-
my
And who-
dad.
Gary, what's part of your family was from Tennessee then? Because I know you said you used to go down to Chattanooga all the time.
so my mama they were from Kentucky and they lived in Winchester. And then after my papa died on my mom's dad, then my mama, she moved to Chattanooga, Tennessee, Eastridge, Chattanooga.
Eastridge, I know exactly where that's at.
Yeah, and so that was it. But I had my great grandfather was from Jackson, Tennessee.
Yeah.
Yeah, Eastridge, that's over there close to damn Cleveland. I
Dude,
know where that's at.
listen, man, they got the state line road. You walk across it, you're in Georgia.
Yeah, I know exactly where that's at.
It's like Bristol, Tennessee.
Bristol?
Yeah, you can walk across the line and you're Virginia.
Yeah.
It's
Gary,
basically
you're-
right down the middle of the road.
Since you're that damn close, do you remember a place in Tennessee called Collegedale?
Yeah.
You know, that's where all the Little Debbie snack cakes and all that shit, McKee Baking Factory, that's where that place is located at.
My dad would stop there, and that's where we had our snacks for lunch for school, because Dad would buy them by the box, by the case full over there.
Mm.
And then they had a place where you could buy garbage bags full of socks for like 50 cents.
Oh, I remember that. We used to do that in Tennessee too, because my grandparents on my stepdad's side were in Tennessee. They lived in Springfield. We'd always go to Tennessee to get cheap clothes.
No?
Yeah, because down here in the South, where usually was all the cotton mills and shit, and that's where they made like socks, towels, bathroom stuff, T-shirts, underwear. Man, all the stuff down here was cheap back in those days.
Yeah, man, I tell you what, but everything went to China now.
Oh yeah. But I'm gonna tell you what, those damn socks and t-shirts and shit we used to get back in those days, them old days, man, them sumbitches, you couldn't hardly wear those sumbitches out. They last forever.
They did.
They did.
Hell yeah, they last forever.
And if you got a small hole in them, you could actually fix them. You could.
Yeah,
sew 'em
you
up.
could actually sew the damn hole up.
New socks.
Believe me.
that's a hole up now. Ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, you ain't fucking
They
doing
do
none of
really
that shit
hard.
to these clothes these days. It's best just get on Amazon and order more.
Yeah, I
That's the
also
best thing to do.
I used to have the corduroy jeans with the patches on the knees and the patches on the elbows of the jackets, and yeah,
I can honestly say, thank God my mother never put me in no motherfucking corduroys. 'Cause I absolutely hated those summits.
Really, I liked them, man.
I hated those pants.
Levi
I
corduroys.
hated the noise they made when you walked. I didn't mind the pants otherwise; they were comfortable.
I know one thing though, in the wintertime, that was the best shit to wear because they keep your ass warm.
Ford Tech says that his grandfather was from Pennsylvania and they moved in. He went to Navy, moved to California.
It wasn't so California back then, though. I don't think.
Gary,
No,
with all your
it
family
wasn't.
being from the South like that, how the hell did you wind up in the North?
Who?
You.
Well, you know what? In the 50s, this is where the jobs were at.
Yep.
Well, yeah, I agree with that. You're right.
In the
Automotive
50s,
jobs are
these
everywhere.
guys, you know, construction and the car plants and all this stuff was going on. You know, Holly Carburetor and all the big dealers and stuff was here, man. And this
Yeah,
is
that's
my dad followed his uncle up here, and but my uncle ended up in Cleveland, Tennessee, but my dad stayed here in Michigan.
Cleveland, Tennessee. Now that is a hole in the wall, dude.
I'm
It's
sorry,
a bigger,
Cleveland, Ohio.
it's a big town, but there's nothing there.
Cleveland, Ohio.
Cleveland,
okay.
Ohio.
That was from Michigan.
Cleveland, Tennessee. There's nothing in fucking Cleveland, Tennessee.
Well,
but meth
that's
heads.
like my dad. I mean, you know, he was born in Virginia, but he was in the Navy, so he ended up in Pensacola, Florida. My mom was down there because her sister got married and was living in Pensacola to another guy in the Navy, John, and that's how they met.
Yeah. I mean, I was born in Pennsylvania, but I lived there for 3 months.
Well, see, that was the thing. I was born in Jenkins, Kentucky.
Yeah.
Oh, so you are a damn redneck.
So I was born in Jenkins, Kentucky. Mom and Dad was down there visiting their parents, and I decided I wanted to come out.
Yeah.
That's it. You're ready. You're ready to piss people off.
I was ready to come out, and so yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so your mom was already pregnant and you was in Kentucky.
I lived in California for
Okay.
3 months for 3 years.
I never lived in that state. Thank God.
I don't remember living there that age. I don't really remember any of it. I was a little too young to have. I mean, I remembered it for years.
Dad was born in Germany.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've only lived in 3 states: Alabama, Tennessee, and Georgia.
And
Only
confusion.
3
Don't
states.
forget confusion.
Yeah, don't forget that. And it's like my Uncle Earl that had died a few years back. He was born right here on this property I'm living on. He went in the Air Force, and from the time he left here, he lived basically his whole life in California.
Now Fort Tech, I know I've asked before. You're in the northern part of the state, though, like central to northern, or were you in the southern part? I can never remember. I know he's told me 100 times.
I tell you one thing, I am happy about Fort Tech though. I was happy to see all that red covering that fucking state this year
I did
during the voting.
I did see some of the larger, less populated counties. Yeah, okay, you are northern. That's what.
Yeah, like I
The
said, I
last
love
time I
seeing all that
was-
red in that state
It
this year.
was in Clear Lake, so it wasn't south at all. It was south of say Shasta, but it was still fairly north.
Man, what y'all think about the cabinet Trump's putting together? Boy, I'll tell you what, he's putting some damn heavy hitters in that shit.
He's not making that mistake twice, is he?
No, he's
Yeah,
not. He's putting that dude he's got in there that's gonna be in charge of what the fuck is it? God almighty. The deportation and all that shit, or whatever the fuck his name is, that bald headed guy. Man, that dude is a no bullshit motherfucker.
Goldman, whatever his name is.
That's a no bullshit motherfucker right there, dude.
Well, he worked for ISIS, dude. He knows what's going on.
Well, the thing about it is, he's worked for the Democrat Party and the Republican Party, so he knows both sides of the aisle. He worked up under the Obama administration and the Trump administration.
Fort Tech knows Shasta. Shasta's a great place. My dad lived in last place he lived in California before he moved to Alabama. Was he lived in Anchor Bay, off near Shasta, which is kind of north of Shasta.
Yeah, my uncle lived in Yuma.
Yuma.
Yeah, that's Arizona, right?
No, it was Yuma, California.
Oh, okay. Because I know there's a Yuma, Arizona.
California. I'm trying to remember exactly where it is.
It's,
Yeah, I don't know where
think it's
Yuma,
just
California
below,
is.
it's somewhere around. I know it's somewhere around below Oakland because he was a big Oakland baseball fan. He would go every game. I'm not sure. I'm not positive on that, but
Let's see.
exactly where it's at.
Yuma is okay. So we'll go with the Yuma International Airport. Oh yeah, that's way south. That's like almost Mexicali. That is.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no clue.
That's almost Arizona too, I believe. It's like in the bottom corner of the state, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he was a big dirt bike rider in the dunes and all in that area somewhere.
Oakland's way north of that.
I don't know.
Bay
There was several different places he lived before he passed away.
Yeah.
Yeah, believe it or not, California's got some of the best dunes in the country, man.
Yeah.
California's got some awesome places. They really do. I mean, that state is an amazing state when it comes.
It's a beautiful state.
And stuff to do. But
It's one of the prettiest states in our country, dude. It's absolutely a beautiful state.
I actually have had so much. I've had a lot of fun in California. I mean, I've lived there off and on. Lived there during the summers. My entire childhood, I lived there. That's where my dad was, so I went there every summer. Mostly in the Bay Area, but we'd always go fishing and camping every summer, and I do miss that.
Yeah, some of the shit my uncle, the last, I guess, about 8 years of his life, he would come here and stay with me, and we go play golf. My buddies, and some of the shit he told me about California, it was just stupid.
First time since Reagan that the blue was under 60%. That is crazy.
I know. Like I said, I was sure was happy, man, to see how much of that state actually went red.
It's
I was
funny.
like, look at this. This is
If
awesome.
you look at Washington State, except for like the I-5 corridor, the entire state's red, except for that little corridor, which includes, unfortunately, Seattle, which runs the state.
Yeah, it's like California. It's all a little sliver towards the
LA and
ocean.
San Francisco. That's all you need. Those two. There's enough votes in LA and San Francisco that's all you need.
I was just
Yeah,
happy
there's
to
a lot of
finally
people there.
see. I was happy to finally see when they finally called it that Trump won Michigan. I was like, oh hell yeah, man. I mean, this is
Dude, that was people I know were so unhappy.
yeah, dude. There's people down here, Gary, that's from Michigan, that's moved down here. They are absolutely pissed because that state went red.
Every single swing state.
Listen, man, so many people that UAW workers, that are supposed to be Democrats, they said we ain't voting Democrat ever again, man, for what we've been through for the last 3 years.
Yeah, no shit. I mean, a lot of the country feels that way too. And the country, you know what? And the people showed up, and that's why I kept telling everybody when everybody kept saying it's rigged. I said, look, dude, we got to believe our vote counts. And guess what? Our vote counted this time.
Well, it's too big to rig, Cat. That's all it was.
And that's exactly what Trump kept preaching at every rally. Look, we got to make it so big it can't be rigged. You know what I mean? And that's exactly what it is.
In forever.
What was that, Gary?
You saw the ear poet and didn't know it.
Oh, I know. But no, I ain't a poet. I'm just copying what Trump said. So he said it. I'm just relaying it. I didn't think of it. I don't get that claim. No, I'm just saying, man, it's just, I'm happy to see that our country came together, but now is when it's all got to count. January 20th.
You got guys up there on DC to say, okay, now people spoke. Now do your damn job.
Exactly. That's the thing about it. Look, the votes don't matter if they don't do their job up there. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It doesn't matter at all.
All these libs that think that they're just going to lose all their rights and everything, that's not happening. They've been told so many lies for so long.
They believe it.
They believe it.
Dude, what I find funny, dude, is go on Instagram, go on YouTube, and pull up all these damn young college kids that are absolutely freaking the fuck out that Trump won. Oh my God, I love it. I'm like, you bunch of fucking idiots, and I'm just sitting in my chair just laughing
Yeah, but
my
you know, they're
ass off.
salty though. Salty between what was it? Ages of 21 to 29. He got more votes than any Republican.
You know what they're all crying about though, right? Is now none of their student debt is going to be forgiven. They're going to have to pay that shit. That's the part I love about it. That's what they're all crying about. Now they actually got to go to work and get a fucking job, and the government's not going to keep them up no more. That's what they're all crying and whining about.
But they haven't taken my student debt over yet anyway. I'd love to.
Yeah.
No, but there's a lot of student debt that has been forgiven, and the
No.
taxpayers has got to soak that shit up.
Well,
No,
mine
no,
didn't.
No, they didn't. The Supreme Court overruled that. It didn't happen.
It didn't.
No,
happen.
I'm telling you right now, it has happened because my brother has got plenty of people living in Warner Robins down around Air Force Base. They have no more student loan, no more student. It's all been forgiven, dude. It was wiped out overnight.
Because it was
Literally,
all
dude, it was gone.
Every bit of it that I saw was stopped. Because I'm
telling you, because my brother's sitting here my brother pissed everybody off down there. He goes, look, it ain't my job to pay for your fucking student loans. He goes, you took the loan, motherfucker. You go pay for it. He goes, it ain't right for my child to have to pay for your student loans.
I don't want to pay for it.
I didn't say you. I'm just telling you what my brother is telling these people down there in Warner Robins where he lives at.
Salty, I owe money on student loans still. I still owe $30,000.
You act like I just sit here and told you I'm not pointing the finger at you. But you seem like I'm pointing the finger. I'm not pointing the finger at you.
No,
I'm telling you what my brother's sitting here telling me where he lives at.
I don't want to pay mine. Can they pay mine for me?
Well, I don't know. You have to come down there to Warner Robins door and start asking.
I think you're taking what Pinks is saying the wrong way, Salty. I don't think he's saying you're pointing a finger at him.
No.
He's just letting you know that he still has student loans as well.
Oh yeah, and I know people that still got student loans that's paying them.
I continue to pay them. I don't want to because I didn't use my education. And it wasn't in a nothing category. It was actually in something I could have used if I had wanted to take a massive pay cut when I got done with college.
Well, it's just like that buddy of mine that I talked to Mike's Garage about on here. Because that's the field he's in. Mike's Garage. Well, if you never met him, don't give him my number. I'm like, what the fuck kind of shit is that? Do you have to actually meet somebody? I've been talking to this motherfucker 23 fucking years, every single day. I've been knowing this guy ever since he was in junior high school.
Some people are like that, and I respect that.
Oh, I respect his decision. I'm just like, look, dude, I know this guy as well as I know anybody.
Well, you've never.
He's a good dude.
No, he could have been for 23 years. He could be lying to you. No shit.
He's not lying. Trust me. He's not
happened. I've seen it happen.
Look. I'm sure it has happened. I'm sure it has. There's no doubt. I will not sit here and ever say that it has happened. I'm just saying it's not like that about this one certain guy. This one certain guy. He's a straight up honest fella.
What would he be lying about?
He's got nothing to lie about. This guy's got nothing, dude. Believe it or not, he is in the same situation as I am. He just lost a brother, and his brother was a damn college professor, and his other brother don't do shit, so he's having to take care of his mom and dad. So right now he works on the same base that you were trying to get a job on, Pinks, up there in Alabama. He works on that base, totally out of his field of what he went to college for, and got his degrees and all that shit in. He's a security guard there, because he can't seem to find a job in that field. He's like, man, I got these fucking degrees. I got these masters. He goes, I can't even fucking find a job.
The wind just picked up outside. I can hear it.
So he's doing whatever he's got to do to be able to make a living, you know?
Let's see. Who did we get as our new director of national intelligence?
I don't know if they've named that yet.
They have.
They have.
I'll
Is
show
it
you.
Radcliffe?
Tulsi Gabbard.
Yep.
Tulsi Gabbard. Well, she'll be a good one. She's good.
She's a bad. I'm
And
sorry.
she's beautiful.
I
will
would
say
bring her bad ass to the house. Is all I can tell you.
I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind them watching her walk away any day.
She'd wear us all out.
You
That's
know what?
okay.
You know
I'll
what?
take it.
I'd be wore out with a smile on my face.
Yeah.
Or at least when I finally got enough energy the next day to smile.
My question is, I've seen pictures of her lately. Does she dye her hair black except for that one streak, or does she dye that one streak gray?
That's actually a birthmark.
That's
I
all
think
it's
she-
for.
Okay,
I think
so
it's always like that. Yeah.
I knew a guy like that when he was 16. Had that a thing of his hair was gray, just one little streak of hair. It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
You know what I don't understand though?
My daughter had a little bit of blonde for quite a while, and that little streak has went away. It's all gray.
Let me ask y'all something. I don't.
And I
This is
give
the
her
part I
hell
don't
back.
understand. As much as he's been a Trump supporter, and I know there's probably, when I say his name, there's probably going to be people here who don't like him, but I like him a lot. But I wonder why they have not picked Ted Cruz for anything.
What up, Browsford?
Ted Cruz is he's a badass dude.
Well, because
But they
there's,
can't
there's
trust-
so many seats you don't want to lose, Salty, in certain Senate and House.
But I'm
Yeah.
saying though, he's a badass, but he is not one to be trusted.
No.
Yeah.
There you go. Thank you. I agree.
I
with
don't
you.
know, man. I don't know. Boy, I tell you what, for anything that's got to do with the southern border, you would think that dude would be the man to put in the
No.
job in a
No, I
spot
wouldn't.
because, boy, I tell you what, he's a headhunter. He don't give a shit.
I think he's easily bought personally.
I
Yeah.
don't think that.
I agree.
Listen, that dude suicide so many times you can't count that high.
Uh huh.
That's like they got
I can't
Gates.
believe he
You know,
gets
they
put again
talking
now.
bad about Gates and all. You know, on the Democratic side. You know why? Because that
They didn't vote for him.
can't be bought.
Money
Who's that?
motivation.
Gates.
Oh, you talking about Go Gates? Yeah, he got named for something today. What the hell is he? No, what's his name? Michael Gates or whatever his name is. Trump named him as one of his cabinet members.
Because the DOJ tried to say he was taking young girls across the border because they didn't like the way he was going after the Democrats. He's is it Jim Gates?
Jim Jordan?
No, you're talking
No,
about
no.
Jim Jordan. No, I think it's
No,
Michael
no,
Gates.
I wouldn't.
I'm
I
getting
might have to pass on that because I'll talk too bad about him.
I think you're talking about Michael Gates. Isn't his name Michael Gates or something like that?
No, damn, it's not Michael. It's
But he got named as one of
Bill
Trump's
Gates?
cabinet members today, and I can't remember what position they put him in.
How about
Yeah.
Bill Gates?
yes,
No,
yes, Bill
no,
Gates.
no, we don't need Bill Gates running nothing. Bill Gates is a fucking crook.
Damn, what is his name?
Yeah, the new board.
The young guy with the black hair. I can't think of his name.
Tom Homan. That's the guy. The border.
Yeah, Tom Homan. Yeah, that's that older guy. Yeah, that's
I
a
like
bad
him.
dude, man.
I like him
That's
for that job.
Me too. I like him. But you know what? They're gonna have to Trump's going to pull the reins back on him a bit because I do believe he's gonna go in with a hatchet and he's gonna be ready to chop heads. And I don't think you can go into that job with that kind of mindset. I
I
mean,
do
because
believe that
What's the problem,
he's
Salty?
being- he's
well,
being-
I'm just sorry. Look, no matter if they're illegals or not, you got to be. Dude, that's a very
Obama
touchy
didn't. What's the
situation.
problem?
It's a very touchy situation. You just can't go doing stupid shit. I mean, no matter if they're here illegal or not, regardless, they're still humans. You just can't go in like that. dude.
No,
You
no,
gotta-
no. It's not going to be like that, Salty. Come on.
I mean, no, I think he's a perfect person for that job.
it's
I
not
just,
gonna be
if you
like that.
if you sit here and listen to some of his interviews that he's given the last couple of days,
Yes, I
and
have.
he-
I listened
and
for
he-
the last
and
4
he's
years.
telling all the illegals, he goes, look, if you are illegal in this country, you are breaking the law, and we are going to get your ass.
Well,
He goes, you're not going to be able to hide. We're coming for you.
but
That's
they still
right.
have policies in place for certain individuals that's come over here that's had children over here that are considered Americans. He can't just kick them out. You see what
That's
they
what
can
I'm
do
saying, Gary. That's what I'm saying. You got to go into this thing. You just can't go into this thing like you some evil fucking hatchet man getting ready to chop people's heads off, dude. I mean, you really.
First and foremost is why he's acting like that, because he feels if he acts like that, then people will turn around and go back. But that's not going to happen. But
No.
the thing is, if they got kids and stuff over here, then they still have a liability here, but they got to come through the system the right way.
Yes, I agree, 100% agree with that. That's what they need to do.
He's going to make sure of that.
Yeah, I don't see him doing nothing stupid, dude. Is what I'm saying. He
I
ain't
don't
gonna
think he
do
will
that.
either, because I don't think Trump will allow him or
No,
nobody
no.
on his team to do nothing stupid. Because look, they gonna be watched at every inch. Like you said, how many times did you see CBS, NBC, CNN, all these damn Democratic fucking news channels? How many times did you see them people at the border? Hardly ever. But now you're going to see them at the border. They'll have people camping out left and right just to find something that Trump done
Yeah,
wrong.
well, who
can
built
bet
the
on that.
cages? Who built the cages for all the immigrants?
Obama did.
Yeah, thank you. Who deported most of?
Oh, no, they said that Trump did that.
No,
No,
Obama built all them cages there, buddy. Obama built them motherfuckers.
Obama
Yeah,
put those
and
things right
they called him the what was it called? Deporter czar or whatever they called him. He sent 5 million people back.
Who did?
Obama, look it up.
Oh, I know who it was.
But they wanted to blame all that on Trump. They wanted to
Oh
blame
yeah.
on Trump.
No, I think what he's doing though, I think the people he's picking, he's absolutely picking the right people for the job. It's just like I said, with all these news stations that you never seen at the border filming and didn't want to show anything. Now you'll see every single one of them having news.
But guess
They'll
what,
be
Salty?
camped out to find out anything
Guess
that Trump is doing wrong.
Guess what, Salty? Nobody watches that shit no more.
They do. Trust me.
No, they don't.
People. Yes, they do.
No, they
Yes, they
don't.
do. Yes, they do.
Go to CNN and look at their.
Look, I know their viewership is down, but you can't sit here and tell me
Yeah,
people
go
ain't
look
watching
at
that
it.
shit no more.
That's all you got. That's all you got. They're
People
already
still watching
taking
that
pay cuts at CNN, dude. All you got to do is look it up and read.
It wouldn't hurt my feelings if I seen CNN shut down. It wouldn't hurt my feelings. That I would love to see that.
Well, you don't like the Common News Network?
No, I do want them. I do want one part of the CNN to stay, and that's the Weather Channel. I want to see that stay because that's a good channel.
Call it Clinton News Network.
The Clinton what?
News Network?
Clinton
The
News
Clinton
Network.
News Network.
Oh, I thought it was the Clit. I didn't know it was the Clit Network. I'd watch that.
No, but I understand what you're saying, Gary. That's exactly what CNN stands for. But no, like I said, I think it's going to be. I like the idea that the other world leaders are already reaching out, wanting to talk to Trump already. Well, I mean, look, they ain't got no choice because they know he's going to come in and shit. The way it's been going the last 4 years, it ain't going to go that way with Trump, and they all know that shit.
That's right.
And they know they're going to have to get on peaceful terms with him. But I like what I'm seeing though. I like what I'm seeing as far as his cabinet members that he's picking, people that he's trying to back in the Senate and shit like that. I'm liking all that.
Russell said he has news, but what news? We're waiting. You can. Oh, I guess you can't join the panel because there's no link right now.
Who was it?
Brelsford. He says, "So I may have some news, fellas."
I may have some news. Ford Tech.
I may have some news too. Y'all pull my finger and I'll give y'all a different sound.
I got some real news. Ford Tech.
UFO?
Yeah, that's the second thing because Ford Tech said fake news, and then he said, "No, I got real news, fellas," or real news.
I got real news for you too. Trump won. Here's some real news for you.
I got some real news. I seen a UFO yesterday. It looked just like Salty.
Hey, hey, my brother actually gave me some real news yesterday on the phone. He's like, I'm telling you, he told me, he goes, all these boys down here are cranking up. I said, what you mean, Ronnie? And he goes, he said the 4-year vacation is over with. He goes, these motherfuckers down here on the Air Force Base got to go to work now.
Yeah.
They're in the Air
That's
Force.
what he was telling me. I started laughing when he said that shit.
Damn, something just ran in the shop.
Did you hear me? They're in the Air Force. They don't have to work.
Shit. Somebody got to keep them fucking planes going.
No, they don't. That's what the Army's for.
The Army don't take care of the C-130s.
You want to make a bet?
They don't take care of the ones that land down here on the Air Force base.
Maybe, maybe not. They have civilians.
Hey, I don't know nothing about the military that way.
Oh, look, dates back.
Nah, I was just laughing when my brother told me that. I said, how soon are you gonna retire now, Ronnie? He goes, it ain't gonna be long. I said, you only been in the service fucking since 1978, so you've been there a long time.
Welcome to the channel.
So,
Hi, Brosford.
So what news you got?
oh,
Not your car?
not good news.
They totaled it, didn't they?
Oh, they totaled it.
Oh, good. I haven't even seen it since it got damaged.
Yeah, I haven't posted a video yet. I'm gonna post a video. Dude, I was not prepared for. So I've moved on from 2 cars since I started doing this,
Yeah.
and this one I liked a lot. Like the engine, it just sounds good, it runs good, and the I was initially going to be like, oh, maybe I'll buy it back. And like the quote they sent me, I think is very doable. It is doable. It's a cheap price, but I think the North Carolina title process, it has to undergo an inspection, and I don't know what that inspection entails. Like the cosmetic stuff of the damage is not what I'm worried about. I'm worried about, oh, my cluster doesn't work. Half the shit's missing. There's wires hanging out everywhere. I don't know like what they would fail me on. Headlights don't work. Turn signals don't work.
Yeah, you'd be feeling right there. Headlights and turn signals are one of the things they
That's-
test on.
But all that's the easy shit to fix, though.
But I mean that's what I don't know if I want to do now. Like I'm because the whole premise of all these cars I've been picking up, right? I have a goal. I'm slowly moving up. And even though the value I put it at the value when I bought the car, and I forgot to raise it after I was tweaking it a little bit. I should have, but I'm still making money on the car, and I'm considering buying my next project and just like finding something that I can get a steal on for my new dollar amount and see if I can move it up. Like right now, I'm talking to a guy. And this is just for you guys because I post that often anywhere. But talking to a guy that's got a 99 Cobra with a Coyote in it, and he's got it listed for 14. Initially it was 18, so I don't know how much wiggle room he's going to have on that. But maybe I can get him to come down some. And also like the car I'm going to get 10 for it, but maybe I could also, I've also got those saline wheels. I'm hoping I can get something for that. And then I got a bunch of parts that were not, because I'm so busy, I don't ever freaking get to work on this thing. I got a bunch of parts that are in my garage that were never on the car that I could sell as well. So
Talking about the Fox body you bought from MJI got wrecked.
the hood ripped off, man.
Popped up while you're driving.
So it bent the cowl panel right there in front of the windshield and top of the windshield, top of the car and all that shit.
Yeah, so it bent the cowl panel's jacked. There's a big dent. There's a dent above the driver's side window. There's little dents running down the hood. Luckily, it didn't crack the window because I was only doing like 30. It's really a lot of pretty. It's all fixable. It's all fixable. Now it's whether or not I think I have the time to take care. Like the lights I'm sure are fixable. I'm sure I could buy a harness. But the other thing is too, right? Like once it's titled a rebuilt or a salvage, what's it worth?
See, I hate that you can get a salvage title with damage like that's not really that bad.
Well, that's something I got to ask. So that's something I got to ask the guy from Grundy, because he also said that there's sometimes they won't make you do a salvage title. There's different processes for everything. So if I don't have to get a salvage title because the damage is pretty superficial, and they can look at that and see it's pretty superficial. If I don't have to get a salvage title, I can retain a clean title and buy it for the salvage buyback cost, then I'll do it. I'll keep the car.
Well, let me explain something to you for a guy that's been in this business for 40 years. Is there any structural damage to the frame or anything like that? Is any of that damaged?
It's the crease of the windshield. Oh shoot, hold on a second.
No, that's no frame.
No, there's no frame damage, nothing.
That's what I'm saying. So why would they wouldn't salvage it?
Well, I don't know what they're gonna do. Oh shoot, am I gone? You guys still hear me?
No, you're
Yeah. I know a salvage title and a rebuilt title is different, right, Gary?
I'm gonna do a video. I'm really I wasn't expecting this. So like my kids have not really reacted to. So like my Leighton was pretty bummed when I sold the 85 initially because he didn't know we were gonna get something else. I kind of made it sound like we weren't getting anything else. So that's why he was bummed. But I told Maddox found out this thing's totaled. Man, he busted out crying. He was so sad and so upset. I felt so bad.
So
he's like, don't let him tell it. He was
a fucking salvage title. You buy it from a salvage auction, and then you fix the car. Then you go get it inspected, and it turns into a rebuilt title.
Yeah. Well, here's how upset he was initially. He was like starting to make signs. He's like, here, let's sell the boss to pay for the Fox body. I'm like, no. That's not how this works. And then he's like, okay. And he comes downstairs. He runs upstairs and he comes back downstairs. He brought down like 3 118 and 124 scale cars of his. And he's like, here, we can sell these to pay for the Fox. I'm like, buddy, that's so nice of you, but we can't do that.
I think you fell in love with that car.
Yeah, I mean it's I love the car. So I mean I got it. The buyback cost is if I'm understanding the quote thing they sent me right is dirt cheap. So I want to do it, but I need to talk to the adjuster when he gets back. He's off work till like next Monday or so. I need to talk to him to verify that, hey, with the damage I have, I need to know now whether or not it'll be a rebuilt title because like it
won't
dent.
be. There's no way. I can't believe it. You have no frame damage, no suspension damage. I don't see that.
So if it's got structural damage to it, then they're gonna scrap it. But the thing about it is that the dent on top of the windshield and your cowl, that can be replaced. That's not a problem and fixed.
Yeah,
I could take the dent on top of the windshield to a paintless dent guy, and it'll be working on it hard, but it needs paint anyway. It's going to need repainting, and that's what I feel most upset about. Like I feel so bad because MJI put a lot of work in getting that thing painted to me, and the paint wasn't perfect anyway. Like the guy who did it rushed it. You can tell there's a lot of parts. There's parts he skipped, like inside of the wheel wells. He just like sanded it down and didn't do anything with it. But like, this isn't a perfect car. It's a project, and I don't mind keeping it, but I only want to keep it if they're going to keep me, if they're not going to F me over with a rebuilt title. Because I don't have time to worry about that process and like be hunting down gremlins to make it perfect. But if I can keep a clean title on it and I just can't insure it through them anymore and I have to go somewhere else, great. I don't care. That's fine.
Question for you. Oh God, where's my brain just? I had a question and then it went away.
Yeah,
I got a question also, but you go ahead.
It wasn't a question so much as I know when you usually with the rebuilt when they're paying you money out, if it's less than what they're paying out, usually they just take it out what they're giving you.
Yeah,
and they just let you keep the title.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because all I had to do, even with mine, the tornado, all they took was $1,000 off the insurance. I got all my money except for $1,000, and I still got my car.
Yeah,
mine is destroyed.
Bama, did they salvage your car or what'd they do?
I just kept my it's salvage for what it is. I kept my car, so I take all my salvage, everything I want out of it, and guess what? It's sitting right behind me right
I'm
now.
talking did they give you a salvage title?
Yes.
So, but your car was really fucked up.
Well,
Yeah,
you
your
want
car
to see it?
was-
I can tell
your
to you
car
right
was
now with
totaled.
a
We
flashlight.
gotta go by because every state has different rules.
Yeah,
Right.
it is. It's
So
every
what
state.
he's got,
Well-
what's happening to his car, we don't know because I haven't seen it, so I couldn't tell you what's going
If
on.
it doesn't rain, tomorrow, because I think we're supposed to get rain, I'm gonna try and like get that video filmed and upload it if I can. But we'll see. I don't know if I'll have time, but like it'll be because I don't know. And man, it'd be super shitty if they salvage it, because I do not want to have to go through an inspection process with this. It's not ready for
Is
it.
the car there, or is the car somewhere else?
It's in my garage. I'm looking right at it right now.
Well, then let's see what it looks like. See the damage.
Dude, you won't be able to. You see all this Christmas stuff? I got other responsibilities here, which is I don't have time. I don't even have time to put my Christmas crap up because I'm working. I'm so busy working. I'm actually going to I'm gonna be in San Diego soon, and I'm gonna try to meet. I don't know if you guys remember that guy TK's Garage. I'm gonna try and meet up with him because he's out there ish, and he's a retired Master Chief. So I'm gonna try and meet up with him.
Just turn it around and see what the damage is on your car. You can tell us what.
Show the car.
You guys don't want? No, you guys gonna have to watch the video. I'm just kidding.
I'll watch the video. Damn it!
Well,
Okay.
I watched the video myself. I promise you.
I've had worse than that. I've boxed
Hold
worse.
on, let me figure out this cam thing so I can turn it around.
I actually bought Fox bodies in worse shape than that and had them fixed, no problem.
Hold on.
Did you see my video on my car?
It was funny.
Yeah, I sure did. All right, so
Right.
it's like there's that.
No, it's not bad.
So
Okay.
so when that got pushed, it pulled this up a little bit. It bent. I don't know how, but it bent this panel up a bit, and the gap here is a
I'm
little
gonna
bit.
tell you something right there. If it's bent underneath there, that's structural. Okay.
Yep, exactly.
But is what's going on right there, though. I believe that when the hood went up, it took that fender and pulled it in. So I don't believe anything's bent. It just looks.
Well, that's what I mean. That's what I'm saying. It's just the fender got pulled in. That's yes.
Yeah, so that's probably not bent. But if it took that where the door bolts on right there, that's structural. So that way,
Yeah.
no problem. But
That's a unibody car, so Gary's right. That would be
Right.
No, the door is fine. This is fine. I'm pretty sure this got bent in a bit.
because of the hood, right.
Yeah, and then
The hood right there. Yeah. If they salvage that car, they got problems down there.
Yeah.
well,
Yeah, but you got to remember they don't really go by anything. They go by how old it is. The insurance companies don't give a damn. They got no
well, I
sentimental
had it
value to none
insured
of those
through, I
cars.
had it insured through Grundy. So honestly, I don't know. There's a couple ways I could skin this cat if I really wanted to. I could take it salvage and I could part this thing out and
Make
sell
more
that.
than you pay for it.
Yeah, like the wheels here, I could probably get like 400 for those seats in there, like freaking brand new. That's I don't want to lose those if I don't have to. And then the engine itself is worth a good amount. And then I could just this thing's
The entire
pretty.
drivetrain is worth saving. Every bit of that car is partable. The doors, the seats, the interior, anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's absolutely no reason. There's no reason to part that car out.
I don't
Absolutely
think.
zero reason.
I don't think they'll total the car. To be honest.
I
with you.
don't.
So is what's you just got to find out. Grundy's a good insurance company. It really is. But I mean, you're going to have to find out because you got to find out what the state considers. You know what I'm saying? And we don't know that. But that car in Michigan, they would never salvage that car.
Yeah, there's little dents on the hood, and then the saline wing got hit on its way over, and I think it ripped one of the bolts out on the driver's side.
So what happened with the hood? It just come unlatched, or
All right, so this is where I was a dumbass, and so the battery I was driving this thing to Foxtoberfest, and I stopped at the halfway point to my dad's place because he was going to tow it the rest of the way. So I drove it for an hour, which is the furthest I've ever driven this thing. And I stopped, and I didn't have an expansion tank, so the coolant spewed some out when it heat soaked a little bit. So I let it sit for a minute, cool down, added a little bit of coolant, and then I go, and the car wouldn't start. The battery went bad, so I had my dad came and picked me up, and he bought me a new. Well, I gave him money, and he went and got me a new battery. We started the car. I was still scared there might have been a draw or something that was causing that, even though I thought I killed the draw. So I kept the cable off like it's there, and so we went to the show. We had a great time. If you guys saw the video, man, we had a great time. Kids got to meet Steve Saleen. It was awesome.
That was
when
cool.
we drove it to my dad's house, back to my dad's house. We were going to spend the night, and I didn't want to leave it on the trailer because I feel like a car on a trailer is a lot more stealable than a car parked. And so I took the car off the trailer, but I had to hook the battery up. So I pulled the pins, hooked the battery up, shut the hood. I didn't put the pins back in. And even though it does latch, there's a metal striker plate on there, and it latches because I've had to unlatch it before. I have to unlatch it when I pop the hood. Well, I backed it off the trailer on a gravel road, and I don't know if the flex of the car was enough to unlatch it or what. But my initially, my dad has a big U-shaped driveway, and I was going to back it out of the gravel road, drive it slowly down the road, and pull it in his driveway and park it. Well, I'm a dumbass, and it was in the middle of nowhere, and I'm like, I haven't hit this thing the entire time I've been out here. So I go to hit it, and I must have got up to probably about 30 before I stopped because the hood came flying up and crunched the car, and yeah, man. Oh, yeah, and the passenger side, there's like a chip of paint missing on the fender because I don't know if I hit a stick or something when I slammed on the brakes and swerved over. Hold on, let me fix my camera. The worst part about all of it, honestly, the car is a car, and either way, whether I take the car back or I take all the insurance money, I'm going to be in the green for the car. So I'm not financially, nothing wrong. What I feel the most horrible about is my kids were there with my dad, and my dad's got this big steep driveway, and so imagine, you guys don't know, my dad had a heart attack back in May, and he's lost a lot of weight and to get healthier and prolong his life to make sure he's here for his grandkids, right? And here's what he heard. He heard me back off the trailer. I floored it. He heard a loud crash, and then he heard sure. So he thought I wrecked and came sprinting up that driveway to make sure I was okay. About to give him another heart attack. So I felt so horrible about that. But luckily I'm okay. He's okay. And yeah, now it's just like figuring out what to do with this thing.
If it were me, I would definitely just keep it no matter what.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the best case scenario in my eyes. And it might not work out like this because I might be responsible and use leftover money to pay for like bills, But if I can get the car back for the cost they want to charge and it not be totaled, and then it's just a matter of me finding friends that can help me fix this for a decent price, and say maybe I can get the whole thing done for, I don't know, just fixed. It won't be painted, but for like the dent's gone for like $1,000 or something like that. I don't know if that's realistic. Okay, well,
It's
just
not.
saying. I got a
Not
friend.
today's body work.
I got a friend who just got his cal redone for $700. He cut
That's a good deal.
Okay, so I don't know. We'll see what's possible, but if I can get this back and for a reasonable price, and I have leftover money, there's no reason I can't start looking for a blower for this thing.
Yeah,
So I don't know, but
North
again, but then even if I buy a blower, I still need the billet, oil pump gears, and then like the installation of all that shit. Like, is that beyond my scope? I don't know.
No, it's not. You can do that.
I know it's not, but again, it's all time, man. I'm a tired person. I'm tired. I'm always tired.
Well, let me give you this. Let me throw this at you. That's a push rod. You don't need oil pump gears.
I'm
No,
talking
he's talking
my-
about putting a blower on the Boss.
He's talking
Oh,
about
oh, okay. I thought he meant the Mustang. The
No,
box body.
because honestly, so I mean that's been a lot. It's been you know, I haven't had the financial means, and I haven't I've just, you know, I've been saving parts for this freaking thing for years. So like I've got the Caliber Stage 3 still. I still got the one-piece drive shaft. I got the safety loop. I've got the McLeod RXT clutch. Like it's ready to handle the power. Like I've got everything to throw at it at once, but I just you know, I haven't done it.
I should just sell him my Whipple for like $5,000.
I don't even know if
North
the 15s will fit on the 12s, right?
The one I have actually came off of a Gen 3, and I've got it on a Gen 2.
Well, honestly, I really want I think I still want a Paxton or a centrifugal.
I think
What's up?
I think you do too.
I'll throw this at you. If they wind up totaling your Fox body, if you can still buy it back, me and you're talking, I'll buy it from you.
Well, it is totaled, and
Well, I'm not. I mean, I don't care if it does got a salvage title. I'll buy it from you. If you can come to a number.
okay. I mean, we can talk about it. I don't know.
And I'm one of those guys. I have the cash to buy it.
I got you. I mean, there's a couple other courses of action that I've also considered, right? The powertrain, if the powertrain is good, right? Like I could easily buy the car back, take the engine and trans out, and sell the car as a roller, get it out of here, and put that engine in something else. And selling it as a roller, I could probably get half my money back from the salvage cost.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know. There's a lot of options, and I would steal the freaking Mach 1 seats out and put some junky ass.
Half of the money back for the salvage cost. I'll give you all the money you have to pay for the salvage.
Well, I know that, but I'm talking about I would take the engine out.
Well, no, I wouldn't want to buy the car then.
And like kids are going to want to keep it. That's what I'm saying. Is your kids?
No, that's what I'm saying. No, that's what I'm saying. Like, Salty, I'll keep that under consideration. But like I'm saying, for myself, I like the engine build. I like the way it sounds, and I wouldn't mind that now. And even MGI will say like this car, the electronics on it it's just. I don't want to down your channel. It is rat effed. It is so rigged.
I wouldn't worry about it. I yank all that shit out and put a brand new harnesses in.
It's so rigged up right now. It's so rigged up right now that like probably like taking the engine out and plugging it into another car would probably be a better idea, honestly.
I'd order me a complete Aces kit. I'd order me an Aces kit just like Funky's got, and I put it right on that car.
So let me ask. You're saying that you're not sure if they're going to total it, correct? They haven't actually totaled it. That's what you're trying to figure out?
Oh, they said it's totaled.
Totaled by insurance. That doesn't mean that the title's got to go salvage.
Yeah, they said. I mean, he did say that is a potential that it could be. You know, it might not be it might not be a rebuilt title, but like I need to figure out, hey, okay, you told me the buyback, like, okay, you give me the estimate for the buyback. Now, okay, I want it, but I would like you to tell me what that means for retitling the car to be a driver.
New York State or North Carolina, this is right from ncdoj.gov. North Carolina titled vehicles damaged to the extent of 75% of their fair market value, which in your case is probably a specific value going through Grundy, correct? You have a specific amount you set for it because it's not worth to the insurance company but $2,500 if you just title it as a normal car with normal insurance. So to the extent of 75% of fair market value, which is repaired to be a branded title as a salvage title.
So let me explain.
That's right from NC.
That car is not a normal car. It's a classic. So you can't go by that.
I know,
Hey, look
but
at
it
the
would be all
classic-
in a matter what he has the value of.
Hey, let me tell you something, Nate. I've been doing this shit fucking my whole life, dude. And I'm telling you right now, that car's a classic, and you got to go by the classic rules on those cars. And you got to go by what those cars. My Red 93, dude, they insured that car for $27,000
God damn.
because it's
What?
a classic.
Well, I know, but I was an idiot and I put this value. So I bought the car and I put the value at $10K when I bought the car because I just needed to get some insurance on it and it needed a lot of shit still to get it like running right. I mean, it was running good, but like there's stuff was, I had to fix things. And so I got it pretty squared away to where it was drivable and I felt okay taking the kids in it, but then I never raised the value so, you know, it's,
I understand that, but they're going to go by the classic book, though, on that car is what I'm trying to tell you. And triple threat, the insurance don't care, but they still got to go by the laws and the rules. And your car, I thought your car was a regular GT. What kind of specialty car did you have?
every state does it different though, Gary.
And that's
Yep.
what I said. You got to go by the rules, though. But the thing about it is that what Nate's saying is for a regular car. But
For a
then-
regular car, yes. And
Okay,
that's
go
not in
by
this
the
case.
classic.
I understand that.
Huh?
I do understand that this is because he's going through Grundy. There's an agreed value because it's considered a classic to them, and it's not like insuring a normal car. Sorry if
That's
you
what
didn't.
I'm saying. So
Sorry.
you can't.
Okay.
You can go by that, but you got to go with the classic. You know
Yes.
what I'm saying? So that's the thing about that car right there. And what Triple says right there about your car, dude. Triple threat. I'm sorry, brother, but you don't know what you're talking about.
Now, let me ask you, Gary, and I don't know if there's a couple ways of going about this with classic because, like, my buddy has his 96 that he redid his truck. He has an agreed value that they agreed to cover it by. It's not whatever the blue book fair market value is. I understand that. Now, is there, like, if you go to Grundy, do you give them a number and they go, okay, we feel that's fair, or do they have a book that they go off of that's classic, or can you do it both
So
ways?
anytime they do an estimate of what the value of your car, they go by the classic car.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Car that's 20, 25 years old, or whatever, the classic. But the thing about it is that they have to go by that book of what the value of the car is. So he had the car insurance $10,000. They're going to give him that $10,000, but that doesn't mean he's scrap the car.
Okay.
Because there's not 75% of value, like you said. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or damage, you know. And if this guy right here, down in triple threat, he's talking, and he's, you know, all I hear is ba 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 ba. Dude, your car was not a classic car. You have no clue what you're talking about.
No, there's two different kinds of insurances. And I only know that because my buddy got his, and it made me realize I'm probably going to do that with my truck. That because it's a classic, and you can go like Grundy or Heritage or Haggerty.
And
They
that's
have a different book value of it. It's not what the normal everyday, like you get your 2015 F-150 insured as its market value. It's a whole different book.
right. But the thing
Now-
is that with that car right there, because you know what the Fox body prices are going for now.
Oh yeah,
We all do.
absolutely.
And that's the thing right there. So for them to salvage that car, dude, he's got probably he might have $6,000 worth of damage.
Yeah, and the car, if it's valued at 25,000, they probably. I wonder if they still go off that 75%, but it'd be off the classic car value. Say it was worth 20, and that's $6,000 worth of damage. It's only what 20-30% of the car's value, so there's no chance of them totaling it.
I don't
They'd
think
fix
they
it.
will. But then again, he's in a different state than I am,
Yep.
so I don't know the true rules of his state.
And that's why
Oh,
I just pulled up here.
I don't care
Quality
what it
classic
is.
car insurance.
I'll still make that offer. Whatever his buyback price is, I'll buy the car for it. No questions asked. I'll buy it.
Kick his ass. What?
But I'm going to tell you something, Brailsford. That car has no structural damage. Even if they do, I would still fix that car if I was you.
Oh yeah.
No matter what happens, I would still fix that car.
I'd fix that car too, but it would take me 5, 10, 12 years.
That's you, though.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I
It
mean,
would. It wouldn't take nothing from me, but just
I've got,
drive,
broken
towing
car.
it down to my body man and dropping it off.
Now let me ask you, Gary. Now, if if that classic book value, say a car, just pick a car, I don't care. Let's just throw a number out there at 20,000.
Hey, I gotta hop off, guys. We'll talk to you later.
All right.
All right,
Talk to you
Brailsford.
later, Brailsford.
Hey, just stay in touch with me, Brailsford. You decide, let me know something.
If let's say they say it's worth 20,000, could you up that to say 30? Say you want it covered for 30 as long as they agree to it, or is that not like an option? I don't know. I'm trying to educate myself.
I'd be lying to you if I told you because I don't know. But the thing
Well, I appreciate the honesty.
They got to go by the value of the car.
Yep.
Okay. So let's say my 70.
Yep.
Say a freaking tree falls on it. Okay. Yeah. So the car is valued at $56,000.
Okay.
So they would pay me $56,000
if they were to total it.
If they were to total it.
Okay.
That's what I have it insured for. So I don't know what Brailsford got his car insured for. If it's $10,000, then that's what they're going to give him, $10,000. But the thing about it is that the estimate on the damage is what we got to go by, which there's no structural damage, so I don't see them totaling the car.
No.
Yeah. They would have they go by what Gary, like what is today's fair market value for that particular classic, right? They don't go by what yesterday's, they go by what is today's. And when I say yesterday, I mean 10, 15, 20 years ago.
Insurance adjuster already totaled it.
But he gave him the worst scenario is what he did though, Pinks.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I don't think the guy's been able to have a chance to look at it yet, but supposedly it's already totaled from insurance. At least that's what he was saying. That may not be true. They may have to still look at it.
Well, but the thing about it is that if he still got the car, that's what's funny about it. Because usually they'll take the car into a body shop and they'll do an estimate on the car before they do anything.
Yep.
So when my car was totaled, they didn't have to. They just, it was at a junkyard and I had to go pick it up, which I had to pay the fees, even though they towed the thing when I'd asked, I could tow it myself. But they wouldn't let me. They wouldn't give me the time to go get my trailer to tow it myself. So I had to pay fees to a junkyard.
And guess what? The insurance company looked at that car before you went and picked it back up.
Well, they may have. But they saw pictures. Well, I know before I picked it up, they got pictures of it from me. It was totaled. It was totaled structurally. It was done.
Yeah.
I bought it back for the $1,200 they offered. They took that out of the change. I sold parts out of it for more than that. And then I kept a lot of parts. I have a lot of parts from that are in this car.
So my thing is that I know his car has issues. All right.
Yeah.
And it still need to be worked on. But the problem is that he talks too much. He should have never said anything about the other issues. Let them just do what they see.
Yep.
Be done with it.
Yep.
That's the thing right there.
Well, I think he's worried more on the part where the North Carolina titling, the way they do it, you have to get it inspected, and their inspections are kind of a bitch.
Yeah, but that's easy to do though. That's easy to do though. You just go to their inspection department and they will give you a printout of what they're going to inspect on the car. That way you can take it home and have it fixed before the day of the inspection. You can already know what needs to be fixed on the car before you ever call to have it inspected. They'll give you a printout for that shit.
In most states,
but I kicked myself out.
Yeah, they'll give you a printout of that.
I know how New York State works and Pennsylvania works. North Carolina is probably different, but I'm sure it's not a lot different. Pennsylvania, you'd fix the car, you take pictures of it, take to the notary, send it into the state, and then they would issue a title if they felt it was safe to drive. They would have a list of issues with this car that needed to be fixed. A buddy of ours, that's all he sold. I had my first 3 cars were out of his lot, and they were all our titles. Then New York State, I had to deal with it. They have an inspection station. You send in $200 in a form, and you sit in line for 10 to 12 weeks. Then you take it in, and what they're looking for is they ask you, what do you know has been replaced on this vehicle? And it's normally like an investigator that's looking at it in a shop all day long. They're looking for the VINs on all the panels. If you can tell them, I don't think any panels have been replaced on it. Say my truck, if I said none of the panels have been replaced, and they start going to all the panels and finding the VINs, none of the VINs match except on the cab, they start looking into it deeper.
Yep.
I don't think I don't know if they're necessarily looking for like the inspection, like everybody thinks about, like going to an inspection station like I do once a year, checking to make sure your lights and stuff work. I would think they would, but I'm not sure.
I would think they would, because they would want to make sure it meets all the laws of the road and stuff like that. Make sure like tires are safe, the blinkers, lights, seat belts, the horn. They would check all of that shit. That's just normal shit for them to check.
But that's normal down south. Most of you guys do have inspections, right?
Yeah, we don't have them here in Georgia. We don't have that here.
Don't have them here either. The only inspection we had in Washington, and that went away.
Nate, where you live at?
I live in New York currently. We have inspection and emissions, but they will drive around with beds falling off of trucks. They're so rotted because rot doesn't matter. Pennsylvania is emissions, and no, that's no shit. I've literally watched cabs and beds fold into themselves, and they're holding each other up, and they're driving them around. They pass inspection. It's the dumbest shit I've ever seen. Pennsylvania is the same thing.
Where does Brelsford live? He live in North or South Carolina?
He lives in
North Carolina.
Triple said they don't have him in South Carolina. Do they have him in North?
Yes.
Yeah, I do believe
they don't have emissions that I know of. And some last I lived there, but I do know they do a safety inspection.
Yeah, we have emissions here, but it's not in all counties. Some county has to have emissions, some counties don't. Stupidest shit I ever seen.
Yeah.
Ohio's an oddball state. That state has no inspection and emissions except in 2 counties. You have to take your car if you live in those counties every 2 years to get emissions done on them. In 2 counties. I'm like, what kind of dumb shit is that?
See, I fell in the unlucky department because just a mile and a half from me is the county line. And right over that county line, they don't got to have emissions. But where I live in my county, I got to have emissions. It's got
to be a population thing usually, like how many cars per capita.
Pennsylvania is that way. So like Pittsburgh's in Allegheny County. All the surrounding counties of Philadelphia and Pittsburgh have to have emissions. The rest of the state don't.
But my thing is that Brelsford was saying that they said they totaled the car or whatever, but they never told him if they really totaled the car. He's just going for the worst scenario, what the insurance guy said. You know what I'm saying? So we don't really know until the car really gets inspected to find out what's going on with the car.
Dude, I would literally buy that car because I know who sold it to him. That's the reason why I would want to buy that car.
Look, I told fucking Sublime, I said, I'm stupid for not buying the car. I should have bought that car before I bought the red one.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, because no offense, I know what he paid for the car. Just like you know what he paid for the car, everybody else does too. But the thing of it is, I don't know what they offered him, but whatever it is, I know it's less than what he paid, and I'll be more than happy to pay that. He don't even have to pay that money. He can just take his pay, and I'll pay the money to get the title. And I don't care. I don't give a damn if it does got a salvage title. I'll pay it.
And that's what I told him. Whatever they do, fix that car, man. Don't let that car. Don't kill that car, man.
Even if it's $3,000, I'll pay the $3,000. I'd buy that car in a heartbeat for $3,000. Wouldn't even think twice about it.
And let me just ask a theory question. If they were to total that car, and it's probably not, I don't believe it is. I've seen cars drive around up here that are in way worse shape than that thing is currently. But if they totaled that because it's so old, do you think they'd send that to a salvage auction still?
No, they send it straight to a junkyard.
That's what I was wondering.
No. If the insurance company will recruit their money, they will take it and sell it at a salvage auction.
Okay.
Oh yeah. I guess you're right, Gary. I guess they would sell it as a
because
salvage auction. Yeah, I guess they would. Yeah.
Okay.
They'd
And
get
it
as
being
much
like
back as they
Grundy,
could.
they understand that there's probably money in them cars, so they'll take it to an
100%
auction
they
and
do.
get what they can get, not scrap it. Okay.
Thing about Grundy is they are a classic car insurance company, so
Yeah.
they already know if they get the car, they already know who to call to ask to buy that car from them because they're in the know when it comes to like that. They know the people that collect Fox bodies and this and who collects old Oldsmobiles, who collects old Pontiacs. They already know this shit. So to them, yeah, we'll take the car because we already know who to sell it to. We're gonna maximize our money.
So Triple Threat, they already gave him a price to buy it back. That's what it sounded like, right?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
said that they already told him how much it was going to cost to buy it back. That's what he just sit here and told us on the
Said it
live
was
stream a minute ago. Yeah, he said it was
Probably
real
like
cheap.
$1,000 or less.
Look, I don't care if he even wants to make money off of it. If he only's got to pay 1,000, and if he wants me to pay 2,500 to him, I pay the 2,500. I don't mind, because I know who the car used to belong to, and I'll buy it for that price. Not a big, because that little shit that he's got to fix, man, that ain't nothing to fix. That's some easy shit to fix.
Yeah, he didn't say. I didn't hear him say what. But I mean, my thing is that, dude, do not destroy that car. Keep that freaking.
No.
Yeah.
And that's why I said that car is too damn nice to be parting out. You don't part out a car like that.
That car's in so much better shape than so many pocket buddies. have.
Yeah, you don't part out a car like that. That car is not one of those parts cars.
Well, the thing about it is, we don't know what the insurance. We're just going with Brownsford, and he wasn't sure. You know what I'm saying? You know.
Well,
Yeah.
he was damn sure about what they said that the price was that he had to buy it back, because he said he just never told us the number, but he said they told him what that number was, but he just never told us on the live stream what it was.
Yeah, I'm guessing it's between 1 and 1,200,
Yeah, he said it was really cheap. Is what he said.
which is
All
I think
sounds like to me,
1,200
all he's worried about. Sounds like to me, all he's worried about if it's going to be a salvage title or a rebuilt title. To me, I don't give a damn for the salvage, because I know what that car is.
I understand.
And after I get it fixed, I know who I can sell it to, and I know who I can make money off of.
It cannot be a rebuilt title until he gets it fixed and gets it inspected.
Yeah, 100%. So he'll get so you're right, Gary. He will get a salvage title in the beginning until it's rebuilt and then re-inspected, and then they'll let him know if it's going to be a rebuilt title or it continues to be a salvage title.
We're just gonna have to wait and find out what's going on, because I don't think he's really sure what was said or whatever. He still, combobulated about the whole thing.
Yeah, I don't think
we're living in the worst case scenario.
understands. Well, see, like I said,
I agree, Nate. You're 100% the worst scenario.
I'm willing to buy the car. It doesn't matter.
And that's one of them things. I do the same thing. I'll think worst case scenario. What am I going to do? And then it's one of those prepping for the worst.
But if they're going to offer him 10 for that car, if they're going to offer him 10 for that car, knowing what he's got invested in it, dude, he's right. He's in nothing but the green. He damn sure ain't going backwards.
But he's not.
Like I said, I think the
He's
thing
losing
that's
money.
bothering him is the fact that he did something stupid to cause that to happen.
Salty.
What?
Salty.
Yeah.
Get this right now. If you buy a car for $5,000, let's say, okay, and the car's $25,000, and that you let them have the car for $10,000, you've lost $15,000.
100%. I agree with you on that.
So
100%.
he's not making it, dude. He's losing.
Yeah.
Worth a lot more than 10 grand. 10 grand. Freaking the
Oh.
interior of that car is worth $2,500.
It was worth more than double what he paid for it. I can tell you that.
I'm telling you right now. I know for the car.
Yeah, me and you both do. Like I said, it was worth more than double than what he paid for that car.
Once they give him the estimates and everything else on that car, then he'll know exactly what they're going to do, because they'll let him know.
Because he got that car at a screaming deal, dude. I'm telling you. Even though I know it's got the wiring problems that it's got and all, but you know what? That is easy shit to fix. That's not hard.
That's why I don't want him to destroy the car, man.
No, man, because you can go. He's got the best place in the world he can go get wiring harnesses from. He's got Fox Mustang Restoration right there in his state, right there in Charlotte. They got all the wiring harnesses right in stock for that car.
Right up the road from him.
Yeah, they got clusters. They got, I know it costs money to buy all that kind of stuff, but dude, when you're redoing a car and you don't want problems, you go buy good shit and put in it, so you don't have problems like that down the road. You fix it right the first time. That way you ain't got to fuck with it again.
I should have bought that car. I should.
Yes, you should have. Yes, you should have.
I wanted to buy MJI's red car, and he just
I know you did.
He said, dude, I would have bought that car. But if I'd known he had that black car and he was going to do all that, dude, I'd have bought that car in a flat in a New York second.
Damn right. Because, dude, there's no way you can go backwards on buying a car like that. I mean, it's impossible to go backwards. Because you're into the car so cheap, you're going to make money no matter which way you go.
But the thing about it is, like Ford Tech says, it don't make a difference if the car's salvaged or not, man.
It don't. It's a Fox body, man. It does not matter if it's got a salvage title or not. If it is a good car, people will pay the price. They don't give a damn.
The only issue I've been finding with like starting to be salvage titles since COVID, it seems like it's got worse. And I'm assuming it's because of the cost to repair cars. Some insurance companies won't even take it. Like my insurance, and I know there's tons that probably will, and I know that I've had some, but their rules may have changed. Like the insurance company I have now, I cannot buy a rebuilt car. They will not cover it. And I can buy one and go to somebody else, but I might pay $300 more every 6 months for insurance, and that's kind of on me.
They really won't. Because I know I've never heard of that before, but
I have
bad.
State Farmers like that, Gary. They won't insurance salvage title car.
I've had State Farm for over 25 years, and they've insured salvage vehicles for me.
So
really, they don't do that shit down here, but
rebuilt vehicles.
My current company would cover them. I was talking to my broker about it. I asked him. I said, did they ever cover salvage? I said, I know I had Geico, and they would cover them, but they would only do state minimum liability. And then comprehensive, I think. They would not put collision on it. And he said, I have Main Street America, which is a small company, but I'm going through a broker, and I save a pile of money. So it is what it is. I don't plan on using insurance if I can help it. Most of the time, I'm just going to pay to fix it myself.
Okay, Ford Tech right here. He says one of his focus is salvage.
Okay. And like I said, there are some companies that probably still will cover it, but like Main Street America, he said they used to cover our titles with cars. He said, but COVID came and went, and they went, no, we're not doing it. We're all done.
So the COVID thing here in Michigan, I don't know about where you're at, but the COVID thing here in Michigan, they couldn't get the cars inspected.
Yeah, same here.
So listen, people was coming to me. I was charging them $500 to $700 to get the cars inspected because I knew a guy. And we get the inspection, then they could get a rebuilt title.
Wow.
I love buying salvage title cars, man. I love buying them cars.
I'm fine with them. I've always, most of my vehicles were our titles. At one point
my current car that on my Focus is salvage title.
Well, my thing is, I would only like to buy the car strictly because I know who used to own that car, and I got the utmost respect for that guy. And that's the reason why I would want that car, because I would do that car justice. You know what I mean? It's just me. It would be an old school build. I mean, a lot of people don't like, why would you put those wheels on the car? I'm like, it ain't because you like them. It's because I like them.
If you do what you want to do. But I mean, but the point
that's right.
I have never seen a car that was wrecked like that be totaled.
Yeah,
never.
It's a very simple. That's something that happens. I've seen that to a lot of them with the hood popping up.
And that's what happens.
Well, I told you what happened to my neighbor's Saturn, didn't I? We was out here in a tree limb, and it really wasn't a big tree limb neither. And there wasn't nothing wrong with this Saturn. It didn't even have a scratch on the fucking paint. He had a Saturn SUV. Well, a small tree limb fell out of the tree and cracked the plastic luggage rack on top of that Saturn. It's all it done. It put one little bitty small, like little, I don't know, eraser head dent in the top of it, and they totaled his vehicle out just for that.
You know why?
Literally.
You know why?
Because they don't make Saturns anymore.
No, they can't. Exactly. They don't have the parts for them.
Can't get the parts at all.
And literally, dude, you couldn't even see the damage on the car if you wasn't looking for it. You didn't even know the son bitch was damaged, and they told about.
I'll tell you what, the Saturn cars, like I had a Saturn Ion. That was probably the coolest thing to have, just due to the fact that if you broke a body panel, you just unbolt it and bolt another one on.
Yep.
It was fantastic.
They were easy cars to fix, literally. They were easy cars to fix.
They ran the company wrong.
Shit, I don't understand. Roger Penske bought the damn company from damn Chevrolet and then shut it down. I'm like, well, why would you shut it down?
Ford said they quit making them for a reason.
What's that, Saturn?
Yes.
Hell, I know a lot of other cars they quit making that I still don't understand. I mean, look, I don't understand why Chevrolet done away with Pontiac, Oldsmobile, and all that. I don't understand why they done away with those cars.
I think
they kept the Buick line, but why didn't they keep the Oldsmobile and the damn Pontiac line?
Those Saturns, the heads and everything like that was they had a lot of problems with them.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
they had a lot of problems. Those cars, they did.
The newer ones had the same. What was it? The 2.2 Ecotech is the the Cobalts had. That's what mine had, and it was the same as my buddy's Cobalt. It was the same car. It was just plastic.
I
Yeah.
just hated they quit making the Pontiac and the Oldsmobile. I mean, in today's market, they could easily make an Oldsmobile and a Pontiac with that name and make a car that people would easily buy because this ain't the 70s no more. So those are easily family sedan built cars, and there's a market for that shit out there these days. People buy the
Hey,
piss out of them.
Guess what? I'm going to bed. You guys have a good night.
Good night,
Hey,
Bob.
you have a good one, Gary.
What?
I said have a good one.
All right, you guys.
Well, Mr. Gary, have a great night, sir. Nice talking to you again, as always.
Hey, I'm sorry I was such a prick tonight, but it's just funny that people
Ah.
get shit done and they don't realize what's going on. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, we all a freak sometimes, man. It ain't no big deal.
All right.
It
That's
is
why
what it
I
is.
ask
You
questions.
know what you're here.
All right.
Hey, that's how we learn. Like Nate said,
Yep.
if you don't ask questions, you don't learn.
Well,
Later,
like as
Gary.
I thought about it, I was like, okay, that makes sense. But my buddy has a certain value on his. But I understand in the class now. It's things. I'm slow. I'm a little slow, so it's
I'm
taking me a few
slow.
minutes to gather everything up. And I'm like, okay, this makes sense. Now I've got questions that I might actually get answered. But
Yeah.
But the thing
See,
about it is that you got like your 2016 Mustang. That's not a classic car, but your
No.
1993 Mustang LX or Mustang
it
GT,
is.
that's a classic car.
Yep.
Damn right. It's 30 years old now.
You know, so
Over 30 years old. You know,
My-
I
my
respect
90
Gary's opinion. He's been doing this shit for many, many fucking years. So
I've seen
when
a
Gary
lot.
speaks, I want to listen, you know.
But you
But
got to
I know I'm gonna learn something.
you got to remember, and I said it before, you got to go by their state laws. I don't know their state laws, but in Michigan, that car is not salvage.
No, George, that's not a salvageable car. Well, you know what? I don't know. It's according. Let me put it this way. It's according to which insurance company it's insured through, whether it's going to be totaled or not. Because down here, State Farm will total your car for any fucking thing. Allstate by far is the worst goddamn company anybody could go
Last
with.
time.
They suck.
Good night.
Good night, Gary.
Take it easy, Gary. Allstate by far is the worst. I wouldn't insure a fucking little red wagon through Allstate. They're horrible.
Really?
And they're expensive as hell.
Let me ask. Go.
A company that's a no-name company that I get through my broker that's local in Alabama. I mean, they're in a couple of places, but they're viable in Alabama, which works for me because not all insurance companies are.
Yeah, there you go.
I pay what is it? I pay under $300 a month for all 4 cars.
You can't beat that. That's a good price.
It's just like us.
Two
We
of
got
them, two of them are full coverage.
one
Yeah.
Autumn car. Autumn has that 22 or 21 Subaru Crosstrek. I have my Mustang, and we have both full coverage on it, and it's $1,000 every 6 months for both of them. I don't feel that's too
that's
bad.
cheap.
Everywhere
That's
else I
not bad.
call, everywhere else I call, it's double. I call around it once a year. That we pay every 6 months, but normally in February I'll call around just to check. I'll call like Allstate, I'll call Erie Insurance, and I'll call State Farm this year. Next year I'll call Progressive. I'll just call around the 3 major companies and get a quote, and they're almost always double.
Hopefully, when you move to where you're going to be moving to, hopefully your insurance costs will go down.
I'm very curious to see. So that state has inspections, but they don't have emissions. And I'm like, cool, we can run things and have check engine lights. The only problem is West Virginia, believe it or not, are absolute sticklers whenever it comes to inspections. Like,
Really?
oh yeah, they're bad. Like guys.
What
down
about
there,
what
I
about
know
your
guys-
dad? Does
My
he got to
dad-
have inspections?
He's in PA. Yeah, he's got.
So he's got to have.
He's got inspection and emissions. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got both.
Yeah, he's got both because he's in Pennsylvania. So I'll be in West Virginia. So they only have visual inspection. Well, I'm telling you what, they take that visual inspection very seriously down there because I know people with diesel trucks. What's the first thing you do with a diesel truck that's old? You lop the muffler off and you lop the cat off of it.
Yep,
The
well,
first thing everybody
100%.
does. You absolutely will never pass inspection in West Virginia. They will tell you don't have a cat. I have people that have done it. I've had multiple people that have to make what looks like a cat is a hollowed thing, they buy bigger tubing and weld it around the exhaust so it looks like a cat's there for visual inspection. I knew a guy that his truck was like 4 years old He had like one of the first Duramaxes that came out. He bought it. It was an 03. I think it came out in 01. He had an 03 GMC Sierra 2500 with a Duramax in it. 2 years later, he was having to make like what looked like cats on it because he couldn't pass inspection. They would not pass it. He'd gone to multiple places. His brother has a shop and he wouldn't pass it. They are sticklers down there about visual inspections.
Do you know anybody that lives in Ohio? Just tag and insure your cars there. You ain't got to worry about that shit.
Honestly, it'd be almost easier to deal with it in my dad's state because I do know people there and they let all kinds of things go. It's just shocking how West Virginia is such sticklers, but like New York State don't care about visual anything.
Yeah, West Virginia, isn't there a lot of coal mines up there?
Yeah.
Damn, you would think the emissions would be a lot lax up there because of the coal mines and shit.
Well, they don't have emissions, but it's the visual inspection, visually seen. They have to see it.
Oh, okay.
That's why they'll make these what looks like a cat over top of it. They'll just take a bigger piece. Say you got a 3-inch exhaust, they'll get a 5-inch piece of pipe and weld it on to the end with caps. So it looks like there's a muffler on there, but it's not.
Well, if it's just visual inspections, then that's not bad then. But if they actually put the sniffer tube and all that kind of shit up your exhaust and all that shit for emissions, then that's a whole different ball game there.
Well, all they do is plug into the ODB.
Dude, here they still plug you in and they still put the sniffer tube in your fucking exhaust here.
Oh, no, they don't do that there.
They do. I have to go through that shit every year.
That's how you keep a state. That's how you keep people with cat. That's how you keep cats on cars right there.
Yep, I have to go through that shit.
How many things
are
out there that where you can trick cars to where check engine lights don't?
You ain't tricking shit down here, buddy, because they check it all. They check every fucking thing. This state emissions is serious here, dude. I mean, it's so bad. You remember they used to give you a piece of paper on a printout when you got emissions here in your state? You don't even get the paper no more. Yeah, you don't even get the paper no more. As soon as you do the emissions here, it goes straight to the state. They just automatically computers send that motherfucker straight to the state.
Yeah,
they don't even give you a print. Yeah, they don't even give you a printout no more. You don't get shit.
It's all state plug-in equipment that they get here in Pennsylvania. They'll plug in, and that's all state government provided stuff. And that's their computers pretty much. And you have to play by their rules. Like PA, it's like, and it's really odd how each state works. So Pennsylvania, it would cost you $70, $80 to get an inspection and emissions. New York State, it's $12. It's the same damn inspection and emissions.
I have to pay
$50 difference.
I have to pay $21 every year for an emissions.
Yeah.
Now that was last year. I don't know if it's going to go up this year or not. Mike, is that you, Mike's Garage?
Yeah, that was the concert.
Hey, buddy, how'd you like seeing Maiden again?
It's good. It's the early thing.
Did they bring out Eddie?
Yeah, Eddie came out 3 times on the stage.
Really?
Sweet. Hell yeah. Now you're talking.
So
I was at Iron Maiden's concert back in the 80s when they first brought out Eddie. That shit was awesome.
Oh, good time. So tomorrow I've got I got 2 appointments. I took the day off. I'm staying in Concord tonight. First appointment is I got to get those seats for the RX-8. And then after that, I got to go to Lexington and pick up 22 solar panels. So
22.
What size? 100 watts, 200 watts, or what?
175s.
175s. Okay. 22.
Per panel?
Yeah. So I'm getting 22 of them. They're BPs. They're used. $780 for all of them.
So you're paying
that's cheap, dude.
You're going to use the shop or the house?
So I've got 5 power stations now, power banks. And so what I'm going to do is it's going to power part of the shop, but also I've got power banks I can bring into the house and, burn off some excess.
Right.
Are you going to build a rack system where you can rotate them?
Solar panels. Are you going to put them on the ground or up on the shop?
I'm going to ground mount. I don't want to put them on the roof. I could, but
clean them as easy.
Huh?
So you can't clean them as easy when they're up there because they do get dirty.
Yep.
I can't clean them, number 1, but number 2, I've got 13-foot tall walls.
Yeah.
So even though I've got a 12-foot ladder, it's still on an angle because of the gravel, and it's not. The only way that I could do it safely would be take the pickup truck, put it up against the building, put the ladder in the bed, and then climb that so I have a firm footing. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. You need one of my ladders then.
Are you
Yeah.
gonna build a rotator for your panels so you can rotate them?
No, so I'm doing what's called over paneling. So I'll have more panels than what my charge controllers can take. So what you do is like you might have an array of 4 panels, and you have one facing mostly east, and the other 2 facing mostly south, and then the last one facing mostly west. And that way, as the sun is tracked throughout the day, you never get maximum wattage because you have too many panels for what your controller can take, but you're getting more sun throughout the day.
Right.
So
Your power station got an automatic cutoff, so it
I've
don't
got
overcharge.
they automatically have
All right.
MPPT
Yeah.
charge controllers in them. Yep.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
MPPT. That's the best way to go.
You're getting new seats for the RX-8 too. That's also cool.
Yeah. Yeah, so that should be cool. Now, the interesting thing is driving here with it getting cool out. That leather seat's got the seat warmer. I'm gonna miss that.
Oh,
Yeah, that old tush ain't gonna be as warm, is it?
So what I'm thinking I might do is just put in the passenger cloth seat for the winter and keep the driver's seat with the leather, and then once it warms up, yank that out and put the cloth one in.
yeah.
Oh,
Dude,
I was
having
like,
my ass toasty felt nice. Let me tell you.
Heated seats. Once you get them, you never want to go without them.
For me,
And
it's
I've
my
never had heated
my
seats
back.
before. I mean, I've been in cars that have had it, but I've never owned one. I usually get, like cloth seats. But yeah, my ass was toasty. So I'm like,
They
all right.
have cloth seats with heated seats now.
But not the ones that I have that I'm
Yeah,
picking
I'm
up.
just saying they do it. Yeah, like I missed the heated and cooled seats that I had in my truck. Still have them in the Mustang, but I'm never in the Mustang because it's never running.
I mean, I can get heater pads. I've got the circuit. I've got
Yeah.
the wiring. So, I mean, I could just pull the skin off, stick a couple of them in there, and toasty butt.
They don't
There you
seem
go.
they don't seem to work as well. I did that in my F-150, my
Oh, they don't work?
96. I bought the kit. They work, but they are not like I had them on high, and it was like just a little warmer than body heat. So, like you went out and got in the car,
Oh,
your
yeah.
butt wasn't frozen to the seat in the winter, but like driving up the road, it was like, yeah, I think this was a waste of money, but it wasn't
Yeah.
very much money either.
I
So.
like the cooled seats more than I like the heated seats, except now with my back issues, I like the heated seats. And the ones I had in my truck, they heated the back up really well, and they made my back feel good.
Well, the heated seats, I mean, like I said, I haven't had a car that have had, heated seats before. And I've been in some of them, before that have them. I just haven't owned them. I'm a cheap ass. But
Yeah.
I tell you what, though, using a heated seat is like, you do your laundry, you pull your nice warm clothes out of the dryer, and you're like, oh, this feels good. But
Mike, does your EcoBoost Mustang not have heated seats?
cloth?
Well, I just asking, do they not? Well, they make cloth
No.
seats, got heated and cool seats. So.
No, not in the Mustang. They didn't.
Not the Mustang.
Okay,
They
I
didn't do
I
it,
didn't
yeah.
know. I've never had an EcoBoost Mustang, so I didn't know.
Well,
Just asking.
my wife's EcoBoost Mustang has heated and cooled seats, just like mine. She has basically everything the same as my Mustang, except she doesn't have the memory seat and mirror thing.
But
I have.
it adds weight, though, doesn't it? All that circuitry and all that.
I'm sure it does. I don't care.
Oh yeah.
I don't really think it's that much weight though.
It is actually a decent amount of weight.
You think so? Really?
So I'll give you an example, Salty. So the leather seats that are in the RX-8 right now, they're like 60, 65 pounds. The cloth seats are 35. And you might say, well, what's the difference between the two? Doesn't have the heated part to it and doesn't have the side airbag.
Does it have
Well,
the
another thing is too, it doesn't have the leather either, because the leather itself
That's
weighs
the
more than the
leather.
cloth.
leather is heavier? But
Here's
and
the
also
difference between.
the difference between electric seats and non-electric seats too. Huge difference.
True,
Yep,
and these
yep.
aren't electric. Yeah.
So I just typed in Google just to try to get an idea, and it looks like the difference between like a base Mustang and like a premium Mustang, you're looking 50 to 100 pounds
Oh,
Yeah.
easy.
difference in weight.
Yeah.
Damn,
I think it's more than that, but
I really didn't. I didn't think it would be that much. Holy shit, that's surprising me.
Well, you look at like, and I'm not saying anything bad about the GT500s because I think that they're truly amazing cars. But you look at the weight on them compared to a base Mustang, all the
they're a couple
features,
300 pounds difference.
oh, it's more than that. It's so the base Mustang is 3,400 for the EcoBoost. The GT500 is just a hair over
Oh.
4,000. It's like
I was comparing it to like a GT because of the V8.
Oh,
Yeah, with
okay.
that EcoBoost, that saves a pile of weight in itself.
Oh yeah.
Well,
You're talking about a
'cause
whole
the thing
damn.
is, it's once you start adding on the diff coolers and this cooler and that cooler and all this other stuff, which is amazing tech and amazing stuff, but
Does add up and does add up in weight though in the long run.
shit's heavy.
Well, here's the difference is like we talk about the wiring. Let's think about it. What's a base seat have? You have the support, you have the little adjuster bar in the front. You pull and you move the seat back and forth, and you adjust the back. You get a premium. It's like a 10-way seat. No, you got to have a motor for every one of those, and each one of those motors weigh a couple pounds.
Yep.
Well, let me
put
ask you this,
5
Mike: Is your
motors in it.
EcoBoost? Does your EcoBoost got power seats in it?
Sure does.
No.
It can.
Mine doesn't.
Okay, that's why I was asking. Does yours have it, Mike?
Oh, wait a second.
They're both
Mine,
That's
it
6-way.
might. I'm not sure.
You have 6-way power on the driver's side.
Yeah, I do have it. Yes. Yeah.
You don't have the 10-way. You have the 6-way power, and the passenger side may be non-electric.
Passenger side's non-electric. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I mean,
now on
now
the premium, you'd have the 10-way in both, or 10-way and 6-way. I think something like that.
now that's one weight add. Now you think about it. What's the difference between a base and a premium? Whenever it comes to the stereo, you get the sync system. So now you got a big touch screen versus a small one. That adds weight. More buttons, more controls, more.
I'm
buttons.
blind. Give me the big ones. I'm blind.
In the back.
So, like I said, that's why I've said before, and I know everybody thinks I'm nuts for saying this. I want a car with roll-up windows, manual locks. Go back old school, make it light, make it cheap, make it, I want to see $15,000 cars again. You know what I mean?
Man,
They wouldn't sell though. People are fucking finicky. They wouldn't sell.
I wonder if
I drive that every day, Mike.
I know you would. But
If we get
we're not
into
the
like a
demographic
bad enough
buying
recession
cars.
or depression, people ain't gonna. I don't know. I'll never own another new car again. And it sounds terrible to say that, but I don't see the value add.
It don't sound terrible to say that to me. I like not owning new shit because I like not paying that high price for that shit.
I'll tell you what. The only reason everybody will finance their way to oblivion. The only way that we can go in a recession. I can believe that. The only way people stop buying stuff is whenever everybody shuts them off of it. And then everything breaks. That's when it's going to become a problem. Because most people aren't smart enough to pay attention, unfortunately. And I know plenty of them.
Oh yeah. Like I said, I drive, man, that shit you're talking about, Mike, I drive that every day. My Colorado got manual windows, manual door locks. They ain't no power, nothing in mine. No cruise control, no nothing. I ain't got none of that shit in my truck.
The last basic vehicle that I had was my Toyota Corolla. It had roll-up windows, manual locks, stick shift, basic radio. That thing got good gas mileage and was reliable.
I don't want no stick shift. I'm all about the automatics.
Well,
I've been looking at old Hondas.
Fuck a manual. I don't want no more manuals.
Yeah, the old Hondas too. Those are amazing cars.
You like the old Honda. I don't mind manual. That's what both my cars are.
Manual locks, manual door cranks. That thing got 27 miles a gallon.
I'm getting so used to driving that Edge now that I may never go back to a manual.
I hate manuals. Look, I spent 27 years of my life driving tractor and trailer. I don't want no fucking part of no manual no more. I'm done with that shit.
I would love to have a manual, but I don't think I'm going to end up with
running again.
Dude, I love being able to get in the car, turn the key, crank it, put it in gear, and just drive, and I ain't got to worry about nothing else. I love that shit.
Don't die on me. Come on.
I've
Look,
been
look. When I retired everything. I retired my clutch foot, all that shit. I retired all that shit. Fuck it, I don't want no more manuals.
I did not.
In other words, I'm a lazy bastard.
So I've been starting to look at Ford Fusions because they seem to be reasonably priced. I had no
Hey,
idea.
I like those cars, man.
My buddies, he's like, he knows of 5 of them. His mom owns 3. There was 2 other people. Oh, I know my other buddy owns one, and he's got the hybrid. And then there was somebody else that had one. My buddy
My
with
nephew's
hybrid.
got the hybrid.
He said the only
It's-
thing he's had better was
it's
his
Ford Tech.
Subaru.
It's Ford Tech on that. I thought the Fusions had, and I could be wrong. Maybe it was the Escorts, but I thought the Fusions had transmission problems.
I can believe I'm looking at newer ones. Like they started making them in what, like 05? And they ran them all the way to 19.
My
And
nephew's
it
got
was the newer
a
ones.
17. My nephew's got a 17 Ford Fusion hybrid. He just had to have a transmission put in his.
Okay.
Hey, Ford Tech, what was the Ford Fusions that had the what was it with the it was like wasn't a CVT, it was the wet clutch automatic or whatever the hell that it was. What was those in? You know what I mean? It was like a shiftless automatic. It had like a wet clutch in it or some shit like
DCT?
that. No, it's not a CVT.
DCT.
Oh, DCT. Yeah.
13,
that was the
14s.
Focus?
That's on the Focus. Yeah, I remember there was complaints about
Those were
transmissions
bad.
on the Focuses. And
Yeah.
they were bad. I just couldn't remember the years.
Okay.
those were
Yeah,
not
I
good.
remember that there was I couldn't remember, but I remember it was the issues with the transmission.
And Nate, you got to take into consideration my nephew's only 21 years old too, so he's one of those. You know how we all were when we were 21. We drove the shit out of vehicles.
Everything
that's-
was put through the floorboard and there was no
Yeah,
brakes.
and that's the reason why he had to have a transmission put in his damn hybrid because
Yeah.
he's 21 and he's got a nice car, but yet he
Like, do I
drives the dog
necessarily?
shit out of it. So
Well, that's the thing is like I don't know if I'd even want like a hybrid. Like my buddy has a hybrid, but he drives from Pennsylvania every week down into like he was in Laurel, Virginia, which is basically Richmond for work, and then turned around at the end of the week. He's had a week where he went from where he lives, drove to Clarion, which is 3 hours north in the Pennsylvania northeast, turned around the next day and drove to Beckley, West Virginia. So he's just driving. He just needs a car that like gets him from point A to point B, gets really good fuel mileage, and he collects per diem and fuel gas.
Yeah.
So and he's had like he got his, and he's like, you know what? I got it, thinking I'm gonna have problems, but that was all that was around at the time. He's like, dude, I've got like 175,000 miles on this thing. So I bought it with 70. He says I've done nothing but change the oil, and you're lucky if I do that and get it
damn.
inspected, and that's it. And he said, this thing's great. He says, the only thing I like better, he says, I did like my Subaru. He said, but I think if I got another car, I'd find me another one of these hybrids. Do I want a hybrid? Nah, not really, because I want to deal with the battery later on. But like I've been looking around, like some of the newer Fusions, like a 17 and 19, like the last years of them.
Dude, they're nice looking cars, man.
They're a really nice car. Like the
They
Sport
are.
come with the 2.7 in them.
Yeah, they're fucking nice cars, dude. I will give them that. My nephew's hybrid. That's a good looking son of a bitch, dude. And it's loaded. It's got it all on it.
You can't say nothing bad about a Subaru though. I love Subarus. That Subarus always have a place, just like rotaries do for me. Any odd engine, like an inline 6, I love those, or rotary engines, or the boxer engine.
Boxer engine, yeah. And that's the thing is, here's an amazing thing is like Autumn's brother's a master tech at Subaru, and he's now manager. He just got bumped up. He's still working on stuff, but he's managing everybody in the shop while he works too and collecting money off of them. And as soon as you speak WRX to him, he's like, dude, you're the biggest idiot if you ever think you're going to buy one of them things and they're reliable. He said, they're the biggest piece of shit on planet Earth. He said, they're in here all the time for transmissions and motors. He said, the blocks were never meant to, he said, they were barely meant to hold up to the power they make stock. He says, as soon as you put a tune on them, they're done. They're coming apart. And as I start looking for them, I start seeing all these WRXs have all had a motor or two rebuilt, and they've got 100,000 miles. I'm like, oh, he's not wrong.
He is.
Well, fellas,
right.
I hate to do it, but I'm gonna jump off here, man. It's already midnight.
Later.
I'll see you later, Salty.
See ya.
All right, y'all take care, guys. Y'all have a good one.
So he is right that the Subaru engines, longevity, there's issues. Even if you don't beat on it, 100,000 miles, if you get past that, that's about it anyway.
Yep.
But it's kind of one of those things that the candle burns twice as bright but lasts half as long. It's the same thing with
Yeah.
rotary engines.
It's the experience of them, I think. It's just, I
Yeah.
don't think a lot of people know that. I only know it, like, if it wasn't for him, I'd already bought a WRX but at this point. But, like, knowing him, he's the man that stood in the shop for the last 7 years and has had to rip the motors out. He said, come into our shop at any point in time. He said, half the cars on a lift are a WRX. He says, I will say, he says the new ones that came out in 2022, I think it was, it's
Yes.
a new body style. He says they have a different motor in them, and he says we have not had any of them come back in. He says I can say that they might actually be reliable. He said because we know all the same dum-dums are buying these cars and beating them. And he says we're not seeing them show back up in the dealership for work, motors and transmissions.
If you buy it, you get on it occasionally, you don't redline the damn thing, but you just spiritly drive it.
Yep.
It will last you forever. If you're like, I'm Fast and Furious now, and I'm a driver on that, and I'm just gonna Ken Block this fucking thing, yeah, you're gonna blow it up quick.
Which seemed to happen more times than not. Whenever you start looking around for them, you start seeing half of them people have had motors put in them. I'm like,
Oh yeah, you don't buy them used.
yeah. And it makes you think, like, man, you know what? Like a Honda don't make a ton of power, but like you can take a Honda and beat the ever living dog snot out of it for 200,000 miles, and it's still going to be ticking away, most likely.
It's a complicated engine that the Boxer is. It's at least the newer engine. You can do more work on a short block without having to split the block, which is actually kind of nice. You could actually remove the rods and pistons without splitting the block, which is actually pretty cool that they have on the new blocks. But it's one of those things that you spirity drive. I can't talk. But
Spiritly drive.
There you go. And you have fun with it, but you just don't beat the piss out of it because it's not, especially when you put an E30 or E40 tune in it and then you run an ethanol and you crank up the boost and now you're hitting crazy numbers. And I did that on my WRX. And I tell you what, you put that E30, E40 tune in it, which I did. Holy shit, does that pull? I mean, it would have beat my Mach 1 stock, no problems.
Now, whatever they say, like E30, E40, are you sitting there like a lab coat scientist and mixing like 93 with a certain percentage of E85?
Yes. You can measure it, but what a lot of people would do is they'd say, okay, bring your tank down to like a quarter tank, and then when you go to fill it up, you might do like 5 gallons or 6 gallons of 93, and then 3 gallons or 4 gallons or what have you, whatever that it works out to of E85. So you're actually using both nozzles, the E85 and the 93 one, as you're filling it up.
Okay.
What's
that?
I have a calculator for that.
Yeah, I don't
Right, I know how much.
That's really weird. Like, I'm one of those people. Like, just let me drive up to the pump, or let me buy I would maybe buy like a 55-gallon drum.
That's why I did the 85 tune on my car. Yeah. What blew the engine. But
so here's the interesting thing, Nate. So if you're running E50, you can run almost as much timing as E85. E85 can run slightly more timing, but E85 has a lot of negative effects to it as well if your fuel system can't handle that much ethanol. It's harder on the injectors, the fuel pump, so on and so forth, because the fuel actually lubricates the fuel pump. And if you put too much ethanol in, then some fuel pumps have problems. So if you're running like E30, E40, you're getting most of the gains of E85, but you're not getting any of the negatives with it. So it's pretty snazzy. You just
And my
got to
buddy,
measure it out.
And my buddy years ago, he had a 99 Ranger, which it was like right whenever flex fuel started coming out on the Ford vehicles. And it had flex fuel. And he refused it. The fuel flex, the reason why I know about it is the flex fuel module went bad in his truck. So he couldn't run anything but 80. I think it went bad to the point he had to like change it. But I asked him, I said, well, why don't you run E85 in it? He said, because I don't want to blow my motor up. He said, it is a Ford Ranger. He says, I'm not going to put E85 in it today and 93 in it tomorrow. He says, I'm not looking for trouble. And he explained that exact same thing. He said, E85 is hell on a motor. He said, because it's dry. And that was his opinion on it. And he's been a mechanic now for 15 years. And he still believes that. He doesn't believe in E85. He believes on it for power. He does not believe on it for health of the motor.
The other thing too is if you're running like E30, E40 compared to like 93 straight gas, it's going to carbon up the engine less. So if you see like an E85 motor and you take it apart, everything's perfectly clean. There's
Spotless,
like
because it's alcohol. It's just like a pulley tractor. Whatever
Exactly.
those tractors that they run down the track, you got like a diesel class, and then
Yep.
you got an full alcohol class. The motors, you pull them apart, they're quite a bit different inside. One's spotless inside.
Yeah. So if you run E30, E40, in that range, it actually keeps the engine pretty clean. So like I said, it's a pretty snazzy setup. You just got to make sure that you have your ratio right. But you could even purchase inline sensors, and I put one on my Mach 1 to where it will actually read the ethanol, and then it goes up to gauge. It's made by AEM, and I can see what my ethanol content is at all times.
I have mine on my phone. It's a Bluetooth module. And it doesn't actually read the E85 content. It reads lack of regular gas.
I think that's on your Focus.
Yeah.
Okay. It's good discussion on the E85 because I just learned a few things. I just confirmed a few things. I thought I was right. I understood correctly, so I wasn't wrong. I just never understood that blend, but yeah, I've been looking around for cars and I'm jumping all over the place. I've looked at WRXs, which I did find one, and I sent it to Autumn's brother and said, I know you don't like these things. I said, but let me pull it back up here. It's on Facebook.
How many miles?
So the car has 63. The motor has 15.
Oh, it's been thrashed.
He bought it with the company that bought it was Dialed In Performance. They put a new motor in it and he bought it off of them. So it wasn't him that did it. He says, I'm just going off what they said, which I know the dealership. I can call them and just ask them, hey, here's the VIN. What's the story on this?
You can buy it, but bring, I'd say bring a mechanic with you. I know you are a mechanic, but someone that's good with Subarus.
I talked to Autumn's brother about it. I said, what am I looking for when I go there? This. Okay. I can't remember what he said because I kind of voted against it. Like, do I really want the problem? So it's got, 63,000 miles on the body here. I'll just, 63,000 on the body, 15,000 miles on the engine. It's all stock except the exhaust right now. It has nothing else done to it. Has no tuner put on it, nothing. Says he changed the oil every 2,000 miles. He just changed the differential case fluid and the rear diff fluid a couple 100 miles ago.
So if it's got a new motor, he changed all the fluids. Why is he selling it?
I don't really understand either. I thought about asking him, but a lot of people I see selling these always say, everybody that's selling everything, oh, I need a truck. That's what everybody's excuse is. So I don't believe anybody.
Right.
It runs.
So one thing that I would check would be if you go to look at it, start it up, pull off the oil cap and see how much blow by that you have.
I gotcha.
That's one thing you're going to want to check. You'll know real quick if you beat the piss out of it. The other thing too, listen for any knocks. The boxer engines, they're going to they're not rattle, but they're going to vibrate a little bit. That's normal, just because of the firing order and how that works. But if you don't hear any noises, there's no blow by. Check the transmission. It's a stick shift.
Yep.
See how the clutch feels. See how if it goes smoothly in each gear, because the last person was banging the gears to blow it up.
Yep.
Um,
And hell, it might have been Dialed In Performance who had the car and put the motor in. It might have been them. This might have been their test subject because they're known for Subarus.
right.
So it might have been them themselves that ran this car, bought it used, beat the shit out of it, shoved a motor in, and shipped it down the road.
Or one of their customers that couldn't afford to pay, and they just,
Gave them the car for the bill that it was going to be. It's like, here,
yeah.
turned over the title, or owed them for something, or they did all the work and, well, can't afford it. So now here's the title because that's all I got. And that's what bothers me is it does seem like the WRXs. I remember when they, like back whenever they started to get big back in the early 2000s, I wanted one so bad because no one had one. I only knew of one person that had one, and the kid had money. I don't know what he did, but he was still in high school and had a brand new WRX. So I'm assuming he was doing drugs. That was the only thing I could think of. But his brother had one, but they played with import cars. I mean, that's what they did. And he got into the car world, and that's what he does now, as far as I know. But like, then they got more popular, and I see them all the time, and it's like almost the nostalgia went away because now everybody has one. They're all around. Like up here in New York, they're everywhere. Everybody has
want
that
a bug eye. I don't want one of the new ones.
Yes, I did find a bug eye the other day for $5,000. It was an old lady that owned it. It had 90,000 original miles, looked like brand new. I literally messaged the guy within 2 hours of it being posted. He never responded within an hour. It was marked sold. Like, shit. And it was a wagon too.
Oh, those.
It was a
are
wagon
freaking
bug eye.
rare.
It was a wagon bug eye. It was black.
Those are hard to find.
Yeah.
And it was some old lady. He said he was selling it for his mother-in-law. She'd had it since new.
Yep.
I was
that
like,
went quick.
ugh. And he wanted $5,000 for it. Nothing wrong with it. I mean, it wasn't perfect. It
Doesn't
needed
matter.
some touch up. There was a ding in a fender, but it was nothing. I was like, I want this car because this was the WRX that I had always seen and wanted. And it was
Bug eye
gone.
wagon. Those are so rare. But like, so the one that you're looking at with the 60,000 miles with the new motor, how much?
He's asking, let me get back to it. Just closed out the page. Hold on. Maybe I got it open up in this one. There it is. It's a 13, and he wants 13 for it.
No. No way. So when these things are rebuilt, very few people are able to rebuild these properly. And if you go on the Subaru channels, there's this one guy, heavier set Asian guy. I forgot the name of his channel, but nice guy. They specialize in Subarus and things like that. And he talks about how most of the builders that put them together don't know how that Subaru engines are different than other ones. So they think they could just take it apart and put it back together and they'll run right. And they do for a little while, and then they just grenade themselves because it's a very particular way to assemble the block and to get all the measurements lined up for it to run properly long term. So if it's got a rebuild engine, it might last 20,000 miles, might get 30, but you're not going to buy it and get 100,000 miles
Okay.
out of the rebuild.
Well, this one's only got 15 on it, so we haven't quite hit that mark yet. So I think we're gonna go ahead and skip on this one.
Yeah,
I think I'm just gonna skip on the WRX altogether unless I buy a new one.
I
at
mean,
this
if it
point,
was a 13
unfortunately.
and you're picking it up for $7,000, okay.
Yeah, I wish they are not. There is not a person on Marketplace unless it's blowed up or wrecked. That you're gonna get them for that. A roller is what you're getting for $7,000. I don't know. These things, for whatever reason, it must be because every kid on planet Earth wants them. They've held their value. Because none of the other Subarus have for whatever reason.
I still miss my old Subaru, which is a Subaru GL. It was not a great car, looks wise, and wasn't a performance car. But my God, that thing would not die.
Like, I got my Forester, and it's okay, but I can tell you what, it is about the most powerless piece of garbage I've ever had.
Mine wasn't powerless. It was fine. I could put 4 people in it. It was a 2-door, but you had 4 people in it, 4 adults. We'd go up hills, down hills. Wouldn't matter. It would do the speed limit at least.
Mine getting on the highway, like, if nobody wants to merge over, best of luck, because you're not going to put it to the floor and get in front of somebody. Because
Well, mine was a manual, so that helped. It was a
that
manual.
probably helps a lot. I can
Yes,
believe
it
that.
does.
And Autumn's brother had said whenever she was going to buy hers, before mine's a company car, so it was before I got mine. He said, "I don't care what you do not buy one with a 2.0. They are absolutely gutless." He said they have absolutely zero power.
80s model. So this was an 80s model Subaru.
Oh, this is back whenever all the cars had like the same amount of power as it did. Because like I've had the Nissan Rogue for a company car. I've had 2 of them. I had the CX-5. I had a Ford Escape with the 3.0 in it. And now I've had this Subaru. And this Subaru has half the power of any of them cars I had.
Yeah.
That CX-5 was actually, I don't know what they did to that thing to make it run. It was naturally aspirated. That thing would run people over. It was stupid fast for whatever reason, whenever you put it in sport mode. It was a race car to me. It ran so good. My Nissan ran good. My Escape ran really well. This Subaru does not run well. Autumn's car, I get in hers and drive it up the highway. Night and day difference the way they run. Hers will run mine completely over on the highway. And then she gets mad at me because I drive it hard. And I'm like, well, it actually has power, so I can actually merge in the traffic and not get run over. I'm not used to this. So.
Yeah.
Like,
this works.
Yeah. So I've started looking in the newer Fusions just because you can get a newer one with everything I want for about the same price as like what I would pick up a WRX that's older. Or I'd been looking at like 14, 15 Civic SIs, but those aren't cheap. I gave up on the Ford Focus ST. I come to the conclusion it's not a car for me. So
yeah,
everybody's got their cars, and I drove 2 of them. It's not for me.
Yeah. One car that you might not like is something with rotary in it. They are gutless for the most part, but man, they just sound so sweet though when you're driving them.
I've heard all about them. I've never. Is that in all Mazda cars now, or did they do away with the rotaries altogether?
The RX 7s, the RX.
Oh yeah.
7s, 8s, and certain trucks, but very few trucks. But they're working with them.
A guy I work with has he has an RX-7, and it's got a rotary in it, but his is a straight road course car.
Yep.
He loves it. He has that, and then most of their daily drivers his wife her car is a Saab. That's her race car. And then he's got a Jeep, and I think they have another daily Saab. Like, they like Saabs.
They like crying a lot, eh?
Apparently, I don't know. I don't know nothing about them. I'm sure they're unreliable.
And that was the 9000S. They weren't too bad. Engine-wise, I don't know. I like the look of them. The other, they were better looking.
I'll tell you what, I got if I just could go buy an SUV right now, wouldn't have to worry about it, had it for a year, had no miles on it. I'll tell you what, like the Volvo, I've gone to car lots and sat in some of them Volvos, like the XC90s, the XC30s and stuff. Those are nice cars.
Yes, they are. Hey
But I
guys,
got to keep.
I'm going to probably shut this down here in a minute. It's getting late, and I do have to go to work in the morning.
Who goes to work anymore?
Me.
This is no time to go to work. Call off.
I can't. I wish I could. I have here for 12 and a half hours.
All right, you guys have a good one.
See you later, Mike. Have a good one.
Hey,
Later.
guys, thanks for coming in. If you've been here, listening.
Thanks for having me on, Pinks.
Thanks for having me on.
Hate to shut it down, but I do have to go to bed.
Yep. All right. Bye.
Y'all have a good one. Everybody who came in, thanks for being here, and I'll see you next time. Later.